నేర్చుకోవాలి. ఏమీ లేకున్నా అరగంట ఆపకుండా మాట్లాడేలాగా. Hello all students, welcome to shift 2 April 2nd JEE Main paper discussion. So as per the morning session we can understand, as per the morning shift we can understand how the April shift papers are coming, right? One thing is to be cheerful for the students that the paper have not come very difficult, right? It was not challenging type of a paper. Many of the questions, as per our expert teachers, many of the questions are very comfortable to be done. But one thing what the students or the teachers after solving were mentioning is every question maybe it is doable but needs a strong conceptual background. So understand this point, all the students who are having the upcoming sessions, right? Upcoming shift exams. Tomorrow there will be no exam as we know, but upcoming dates, whatever paper we will be having. So focus on the concept, particularly in the physics subject, focus on the concept because in the morning shift paper, today's morning shift paper, many of the questions came off with a strong conceptual background. And if you see the chemistry paper, morning session chemistry paper, it was a very comfortable paper that many of the students with regular preparation itself, already I have told you, mentioned this point 2-3 times, comfortably 12 questions, more than 12 questions can be done. So 12 questions you can understand, 12 into 4, 48 marks, right? So that's not a small or easy score, right? So 50 marks coming from one single subject, that too with a lower level of questions. And if you put little more effort, 3-4 more questions can be definitely added into your score, right? So overall from the morning session also, what I can say, particularly from a chemistry point of view, I will discuss, so that our other subject experts are also there who will be giving insights into the other two subjects, maths and physics, right? So coming to chemistry, again same chapters were focused in the April session first shift, that is April 2nd morning shift, today's morning shift. One is periodic table, chemical bonding, coordination compounds, D and F block. Remember this children, this 4 chapters set is very important from the inorganic chemistry point of view. If any student can done a little beyond, then qualitative analysis, inorganic qualitative analysis, salt analysis we can say, right now. Then coming to physical chemistry, you have to decide which chapters, like from 11th standard, it is atomic structure, mole concept, redox reactions, chemical equilibrium, ionic equilibrium, thermodynamics. 6 chapters are there. From these 6 chapters, which of the chapters I have to be very much thorough. You should go through the short notes of formulas of that particular chapters. Maybe if you have prepared all the 6 out of 6, that is well and good, fine. But if you have any selection is there, so repeatedly try to see them, all the formulas and constants, their values, interconversion of units and their important concepts, right? And short notes also. And coming to 12th physical chemistry, electrochemistry, chemical kinetics, then our solutions and colligative property. Solution colligative property, everybody mandatorily have to prepare, but that because that is the very easiest chapter, everybody should able to do that one question. And between electro and chemical kinetics, it is all about your choice, whether you are preparing both of them or any one of it or like that, right? And coming to organic chemistry, 40% organic chemistry is of the fundamental concepts, which includes IUPAC nomenclature, structural isomerism, stereoisomerism, then functional group analysis. All these things will be, even a GOC also, GOC 1 and 2, all these. So all these chapters together will be equal to 40% of organic chemistry. The remaining 60% of organic chemistry is from starting from hydrocarbons up to biomolecules, right? And between hydrocarbons to haloalkanes to alcohols, ethers to aldehydes, ketones to carboxylic acids and its derivatives, all these are interrelated questions will be coming. Majority of the questions in the January shift interrelated questions were there. So I recommend you for every chapter list down the reagents from the NCERT textbook, and for every reagent trying to find out what is its function, which compound will be converted into which compound, right? So with that you will be able to solve minimum to minimum 5 to 6 questions from the organic reactions. Then also keep focus on biomolecules. Definitely biomolecule question will come, right now. So like this you have to take care of preparation. Different areas are there where you have to focus and prepare and get a grip on that zone, on that area, so that you will not be missing any of the question from that particular areas, right now. So in this manner our preparation strategy वो तो चलते रहेगा सर. Our preparation strategy has to be fixed. Okay, coming to second, that is evening shift, right? So evening shift also we are hoping, just we are collecting the questions and information from the children, from our resident children and outside children also, because a student from any institute, he is right, he is our student only. So that we are collecting the information basically. So within a few minutes, couple of minutes, we will be having that all data to be shared with you in discussing the test paper, and then at the end analysis also. So those students who are seriously preparing for upcoming sessions or who are in 11th standard, stick to all these live discussion videos of Resonance e-learning division, so that you will understand how to approach a question, how to solve the question, how to get the final answer in the minimum time period, right? And now I welcome to speak about this JEE Main April session along with me, the expert faculty from physics department, Zakir Hussain sir, to give some insights into the physics subject.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the opportunity to let's get started. The first thing you need to understand about the physics, as usual, it happened in the first attempt, in the January attempt, and now also in the April one, is that you have to focus on formula. Okay, there is no need for going into the deep thing. You don't have to do the microscope, telescope in much more detailed way. If you know the formula, believe me, most of the thing can be done very quickly. So the first and very important advice I will give, which I give like most of the time to all my students, because they kind of forgot about it, and that is, make sure you remember the formula. Just write the formula by your hand, paste it on some wall wherever you do the study, and believe me, that tiny formulas you write every day or maybe in the last month is gonna give you an accumulated, a compound interest at the end, at the time of paper. So that is regarding the first advice. And the second thing is, if I have to talk about the importance, like which chapter is important, which chapter isn't, I mean, relatively speaking, of course. So I would be suggesting you would be doing the geometrical optics. Okay, that is what you call ray optics as well. Wave thermodynamics, it's kind of important because it happened in chemistry as well as in the physics one as well. I mean, don't get confused with the work done formula, which is like a W for plus and minus thing. But believe me, that thermodynamics thing is gonna be important for you, especially that first law. We saw like at least two question or one question is always appearing in all the papers. And by checking out the first attempt pattern we had, like in the January, we have seen that initially that it's like a 50% from 11th class, 50% for 12th class. But what happened afterward is they slightly bends towards the 12th portion, which means they're getting more 12th topics, which means more electrostatics you can consider, more wave optics you can see here, more electromagnetic wave, more electromagnetic induction. Those things are appearing a lot. So moral of the story is, if I have to talk about in simple terms which chapter is going to be important for you, so here it, It is gonna be mostly 12 chapters. They're easy, they're formula based, but don't forget that F is equals to ma still required in electrostatics. So 11th thing, you can't just ignore it. Make sure you just have it as a backup. Most of the attention should be going towards the 12th class. Now, after this, another thing I will advise for the physics paper is that you can easily score more than 20 questions. Okay, more than 20 questions. So the thing about it is, try not to stick on to the tough question. You will be seeing a very tough question, one or two. If you're unlucky and you're seeing that question for the first question, do not get depressed. Okay, it has like, you can just ignore it, and believe me, ignoring will give you more marks. And then afterward, go for the next one, and believe me, rest of them are going to be medium compared to what you get in king of a lengthy paper called maths, or maybe king of kind of like twisted question in chemistry, especially the physical chemistry. So the advice I will give for the physics is, do not touch the tough question if you feel like it's like taking a lot of time. For example, in the geometrical optics, we had a question which is like a 1 2 3 lens, kind of like this. We got like a 3 lenses there. So at that time it was like you have to get the image 1, then image 2, then image 3, and so on. So but in simple terms, I would say this: skip that question, and believe me, you're able to do 20 questions within 45 minutes, and that is more than a person can ask for, because if you're doing 20 questions, that means 20 into 4 is gonna be 80 questions. And let me tell you right now, as of the paper, we are seeing that for a 99 percentile, what you need is 165 marks. Okay, 165 marks, which means for the physics portion it's gonna be around 65 at most, meaning maximum. Now that simply means if you are doing that 20 question all by yourself without any mistake, which is a important fact, you would be getting 80 questions there, like 80 marks you will be getting that, which means you already are close to 99 percentile. Even if you do somehow, lost some marks in the maths or some other thing, the physics can help you a lot in that aspect. Okay, so that is regarding how should you do the paper basically. So with that, I would be concluding overall physics: go for the formula, go for 12th chapter, and go with the easy questions as much as possible. Now I would welcome again to the Vamsi sir to continue this thing.
But Jakir sir,
Yes.
so morning paper also you have seen, and the student response and reactions also you have observed, right?
Yes.
Mainly what our students
Resonance
whoever
level.
went for different campuses. Did you observe any of the differences from the January shift to this shift paper?
Actually,
in any subject,
the
in general?
reaction was mixed, that some of the students says it was an easy paper, and some did say that it was a slightly calculated, which means it is tilting towards the medium size. So in terms of difference, I would say it was like less of a 22nd or 20 January one. It was more like a 24th one. I mean, slightly in that manner.
Okay.
Meaning overall, it wasn't much difference, because we
So
still have
24th
to,
Jan you are saying?
yes, which means still we are kind of like making the pattern here, just like in the first attempt we had a pattern, like it started with 11th and 12th equal number of questions, and later it shifted to 12th one
Yes,
only.
yes.
Same pattern, we just kind of have to
Because see, from students' point, if we think, as they are giving the JEE Main exam for the first time during January, session 1, they will be very enthusiastic, very much focused, and also they will not be having a IP burden at that time.
IP meaning in terms of 12th
board exams,
Yes.
stress will not be there.
Yes.
So that is why maximum of the students will be pouring in maximum of the time in preparation, and with a full focus concentration they will be giving shift 1. Right. But when it comes to session 2, right, April session, lot of things will be there, practicals, then their board exams, then shift 2, because session 2, as they have already given session 1, some students will not feel that enthusiasm or that seriousness, that to some extent the energy also will go down. That is the reason why, if you observe, many of the students percentiles, their January shift percentiles will be much better than April percentile, right? So with respect to that point, if we see na, the papers are to little higher level only in January shift, but still the students were able to score better percentile. And this whatever morning paper we have seen till now, the paper was a little in a lesser manner, lesser level, but still we have to see when it comes to the percentile level, will it match to the January percentile or not. Have you observed any of the student stories where they have improved in the April shift, April session than the January session?
Well,
if yes, what steps they can take?
Let me say in a very analytical way, there are two types of student we have. One, the student which is giving the paper for the first time, which you said in the 12th class, they are
Yes.
enthusiasm. And there are few factors, which is something like they had like problem of writing the paper because it's the first time. Of course, you will be getting a jittering, getting a hesitation there. If we add that factor and along with the enthusiasm, the January was intense for them. And they gave the response in a very intensive manner as
Yes,
well,
yes.
which explain the results. Now, yes, after the first attempt, the second attempt is kind of like a dial down energy, because at that time the board is already done, student already know which path to take and what to expect. And some of the factor is obviously the pressure, because now we have only one attempt left for the student.
Yes,
which
yes.
means it's kind of like do and die situation for them.
Yes, do or die.
So let's see what these stories will say.
Yeah. So let's watch these student reactions from the centers, different centers, how they are feeling, and then we will come back with analysis.
We will have here all those reactions from the students right after the paper. What we have is like the fresh reaction, meaning the student is just came out of the paper and they are going to show, like basically going to say the thing which they have felt, meaning by getting that we can get a very clear picture what we are expecting. So let's start.
Okay. It was come Hindi. Okay. Hi, what's your name?
My name Vivek.
Okay. It was come Hindi. Okay. Hi, what's
Yeah. Uh, your name?
Reem Sharma.
Okay, so how was your paper?
Very light.
So today's paper is very easy.
Some questions are easy, some tough.
Okay, how many questions did you attempt?
60.
Oh, nice. Are you appeared for first session also? Okay, so it was your first attempt.
Yes.
Okay, so did you find any topic that was dominating?
No.
Okay, so what was the level of chemistry paper?
Easy.
Easy. Maths?
Math also easy.
And physics also easy? Okay, it's moderate. Okay, thank you so much. All the best for your result. Your name?
Reem Sharma.
नाम क्या है? आज का पेपर कैसा?
आज का पेपर थोड़ा मतलब मैथ्स थोड़ा मॉडरेट से लेने का, पर मतलब केमिस्ट्री में तो लेवल कर सकते थे। आज का पेपर मतलब ओवरऑल तो मॉडरेट तो इजी।
Okay. Compared to previous session, this session was easier or this one?
So means suppose we see the questions, we can think we can do, but when doing it takes मैं मतलब वो ज़्यादा टाइम लेती है तो
ओके, प्रिपरेशन मोड क्या था?
Right? Hello guys, what's your name?
धीरज।
And your name?
वैभव
Okay, so how many questions did you attempt?
32
And you?
41
So how was the overall difficulty level of the paper?
Easy to moderate, I guess.
Okay, so did you find any difficulty while attempting any questions? Okay, and
in physics some questions means where only that formula based questions only, but few questions were from tricky part which came from like exercise 2
Okay.
in our resonance sheet.
okay, you're from the resonance?
Yes, I'm from resonance.
Okay.
So few of them were which directly matched from exercise 2 and
Oh, nice.
so I was able to solve those questions, but overall
Okay.
physics was means out of 25 I'll say that 20 questions were out directly formula based, 5 questions were a little bit tough.
Okay. It's mean resonance material really helped you, right?
एनी मिस्टेक, मतलब जो तुम जूनियर को सजेस्ट करना चाहोगे कि ये नहीं करना चाहिए?
मोस्टली रिवाइज लोग जैसे सारे फॉर्मूला बेस रिवाइज कर लेने चाहिए था, क्वेश्चंस तो वहीं से आता है, फॉर्मूला बेस से आता है, सारे फॉर्मूलाज रिवाइज हो जाने चाहिए, शॉर्ट नोट्स से हेल्प करता है तो वो होना चाहिए बस।
तुम्हारा जो एक्सपेक्टेशन था उस हिसाब से एग्जाम गया?
I expected like that only, it came like that, but I forgot the formulas.
फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट, मतलब ये दिस इज आवर फर्स्ट ईयर और मतलब फर्स्ट
First time only.
जूनियर के लिए एनी सजेशन?
Revise on all the formulas, practice more.
I have one more question. Are you appeared for first session also?
Yeah, I have prepared the first session.
So can you tell me your score?
In first session I messed up a bit, so
Yeah, it's okay.
92%, right?
Yeah, it's great. So you will score more this time, right?
Hoping so, let's see.
Okay.
And some-
So thank you guys. All the best
All
for
the
your
best.
results. Yeah. It's okay? Yeah.
Shrestha.
Okay, so how was your exam?
It was good.
How many questions did you attempt?
Some 30 to 35.
What?
Some 30 change.
Okay, okay. So did you remember any question?
No, I don't know.
It's okay. Are you appeared for first session also?
Yes.
Can I know your score?
I didn't calculate the score, I know only
Okay,
percentage.
okay. So what do you find which session was more easier?
Both are moderate.
Okay. So did you find any question that was very difficult or you are stuck in that question?
I've only seen the easy questions. I mean the topics
Okay,
which
okay.
I know.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, all the best for your result. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so we can understand from the students' feedback, from the input, some students are saying they have done 30, 32, 35 questions, but remember, with the properly memorizing the formulas alone, you can do 30 questions from all subjects together out of 75 questions. So 30 question, 30 into 4, right? Even you take 25 also, right? So 25 into 4, that is 100 marks. 100 marks is the is a such type of a score which should be obtained by default, right? So all the students who are in 11th standard who are watching this video, understand one point: at any point of time when you are giving the exam, scoring 100 marks should be a default, right? Without putting extra efforts, you should able to score 100. From there onwards only your score can be built up from 100 to 120, then to 150 milestone, then to 180, then 220, 200 and above 220, right? So the moment you are reaching to 150 to 180 level, right, you can understand that your seat in NIT or triple IT is reserved, is guaranteedly fixed, right? So be in your preparation in such a manner that from this entire 11th standard, am I able to score 70 to 60 to 70 marks or not, so that from the 12th standard you can again gain 30 to 40 marks, bare minimum what I am saying, right? So with this understanding, let us make our preparation best for the upcoming shifts and also for the 11th stand student, right? So you have to strengthen your preparation so that performance during the examination time will become better, right? So the entire 2 years you are preparing for this just 3 hours of performance. So how much care you have to take care that it will go the best 3 hours in your life, right? So accordingly only the entire career, entire your future will be decided. So please understand this and prepare accordingly. In our resonance e-learning division channels, both in Instagram and YouTube, we will be uploading different types of conceptual question, then shortcuts, then formula based questions, more important questions, different types we will be discussing, right? So stay tuned with these channels and for the more updates. Now I welcome our chemistry expert faculty Venkat sir to discuss some of the questions from this evening session. Please welcome sir.
Thank you. Hello dear students, welcome to Resonance Hyderabad. This is Venkat, chemistry mentor. This is a question given from ether, subtopic hydrolysis of ether, right? So in this, if you take ether, here partial double bond character present, double bond, single bond, lone pair. Next here lone pair, single bond, again single bond. During hydrolysis, here cleavage occurs only in this case. So then the product will be here OH plus double bond and CH2 OH. The question is, A gives a positive test of failings. What is failing solution? What it gives? Positive test is given by aldehydes, not ketones, only aliphatic aldehydes. Here it undergoes tautomerization, it produces 1, 2, 3 carbons, so CHO, right? Now choose the correct relation. They asked molecular weight of A and molecular weight of B are same, so not at all same. Next, molecular weight of B is greater than A. Next, if you see this, it is CH3, C double bond CH2, here CH2 and OH, right? So in this case 1, 2, 3 carbons, here 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. Even if you do further hydrolysis, then also its molecular weight is more than this one. So molecular weight of B is greater than A. Okay. If you come to next one, arrange the following complexes in increasing order of CFSE. So octahedral complex, delta O is octahedral complex. This is from complex compounds. In every paper 100% at least one question will be there in this chapter. Most important topic, chemical bonding, coordination chemistry, both these topics. Now in this, arrange the following complexes in the increasing order of CFSE. CFSE, crystal field stabilization energy, crystal field splitting energy, right? This is delta O, crystal field splitting energy. So delta O mainly depends upon which factors? One is here, these are oxygen states. In this, cobalt is +2 here. Here cobalt is +3. Here cobalt is +3. Next here, This is the bidentate ligand and chelating ligand. Ethylene diamine NH2 CH2 CH2 NH2. This is bidentate ligand. So which is chelating ligand, right? So it can form the ring. So it is more stable. So C greater than, in between B and A, cobalt plus 3 and cobalt plus 2. Delta O depends upon the oxygen state also, because in cobalt plus 3 effective nuclear charge is more than cobalt plus 2, right? So C greater than, B greater than A. This is one of the important topic. Crystal field splitting energy, CFT application, right? Next question is 20 ml of 0.2 m weak acid treated with 10 ml of 0.2 m NaOH. This is from ionic equilibrium. This is one of the important topic. Salt hydrolysis, buffer solutions, right? Now it is weak acid given and strong base given. So see this, weak acid plus strong base, it forms salt and water, NaA, plus and minus plus water, right now. It is a combination of stoichiometry, ionic equilibrium, etc. topics, right? Now in this under standard conditions, one of the interesting topic it is 1 mole, 1 mole, 1 mole, 1 mole, right now, under STP. The question is, how to attempt this question is, the given is buffer or the salt. We need to identify that first. So that is forms buffer or salt. If you know that, you can solve. So here weak acid and strong base. Next given is how many milli equivalents, n factor 1. So molarity 0.2, volume 20 ml. So number of milli equivalents equals to 20 into 0.2 is 4. Next its milli equivalents is, number of milli equivalents is, its n factor also 1 only, right? So 10 into 0.2 is 2. So it is weak acid is 4 milli equivalents, it is 2 milli equivalents, it is not given anything, right? Next STP given, reacted, how much will be reacted? See this, 1 mole requires 1 mole, 4 requires 4, it is not 4, so it is a limiting reagent, it should be the excess reagent. 1 mole requires 1 mole, 2 moles requires 2 moles only, right? After reaction, what is remaining here? 4 moles given, 2 moles reacted, remaining 2. 2 moles given, 2 moles reacted, 0. It is limiting reagent, 1 forming 1, then it will be 2 forms 2 and it forms 2. So end acid is 2 milli equivalents, salt also 2 milli equivalents. It is mixture of weak acid plus strong base, right? So it forms a buffer, right now. What is acidic buffer concept? Acidic buffer is weak acid plus salt of weak acid, same weak acid plus strong base, right now. So then it forms acidic buffer. Acidic buffer formula pH equal to pKa plus log over normality of salt into volume of salt by normality of acid into volume of acid. Here pH equal to pKa plus, both are 2 milli equivalents. So it will be log 2 by 2 will be log 1, this is equal to 0, pH equal to pKa will be equals to same pKa given 4.76. Actually we can solve these questions easily. Here only we can solve. Salt and acid are same, then H plus equal to Ka, pH equal to pKa, direct short method, right? Next question, organic compound X with KOH in the acidic medium giving some product, right? Now here having the same molecular formula ratio, little typing mistake is there because it is received from students. So having the same molecular formula of ratio of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen to be same actually. Okay, it is memory based, it is not the actual question. So it is given like this. So ratio of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen should be same. Then basic medium given upon protolysis given. What it may be, the question is what it may be here. The organic compound, it may be, we need to check this which is possible for this. Alkali medium, if you take CHO and CHO, this is treated with alkali checking method, option verification. It is not direct question, option verification only. This is like a Cannizzaro aldol type. So first CHO it converts into, one is COO minus, other one is CH2OH. Next, upon protonation, it converts into COOH and CH2OH. Hint is here, this is the hint in the given question. From this we need to derive. So which one matches? One is acid, other one is alcoholic group. So here it will be the option, right? Yeah, okay students. Next, Peaks faculty will continue the remaining questions. Hello, yes sir, welcome.
Hello everyone, how are you all? Hope everyone is fine. So today's JEE Main's morning shift and afternoon shift has been successfully completed, and this evening shift questions we have received from our student side. These are memory based questions. So far whatever the questions has been received are from easy to moderate side. So let us discuss all these questions one by one. Let's come back to the point. So the question from here, first question is basically from your geometrical optics. So we can take here this question. In this question what he has given, in equilateral prism, the path of the ray is shown. Determine the refractive index. In this case, he is saying determine the refractive index in this case. So to determine the refractive index in this case, the first thing is already you have the equilateral prism in this case. So point number one, you can see this is having a refractive index mu, and we need to find out that refractive index. To find out that, this already he has given the refractive index of the prism, which is equals to how much? 1.6. So as it is an equilateral triangle, I can say that the angles here is going to be how much? 60 degrees respectively in all the cases. So taking this case, if these all are 60 degrees, so can I take this is going to be 90, so obviously it is also going to be 90, then mathematically I can say that this angle is going to be 30 degrees. With this case, if this is 30, the other side is going to be how much? 60 degrees. Now I wish to apply the Snell's law directly. So from this case I am saying directly from Snell's law, directly I can say mu1 sin I is equals to mu2 sin r. In this case mu1 is nothing but my 1.6 into sin I. The angle of incidence in this scenario is going to be 60 degrees, which is equals to the refractive index of this medium he is asking. So this medium is nothing but mu into this is nothing but sin r. The moment when it is touching and going, this angle is actually going to be how much? 90 degrees. So now I'm going to take here, this is going to be sin 90. As we are concerned to find out the value of mu, so I'm taking 1.6 as it is in this case, and this is sin 60 is basically root 3 by 2 is equals to, you are going to take it as mu. Now 1.6 by 2 is basically taken as 0.8 times of root 3, which is equals to mu. Okay, so root 3 means 1.732. So 0.8 into this is 1.732. If you multiply, you'll get the final result. Approximately 1.3 something you'll be getting, and approximately you can take here 1.38 you might be getting here. So therefore, the answer for this is nothing but 1.38 or 1.39. Hence, third option is the correct answer for this question. So let's go. This question was from basically from geometrical optics. Next question. This question is basically from the logic gates, which can be solved in a very less instant of time. If this is basically x, this gate will behave like a NAND gate, but actually it is having the same input, so it behaves like a NOT gate. So if this is nothing but x is an input, so this is taken as x bar, and if this y is an input, then it is taken as y bar. So you can take here this x bar connects here and this y bar connects here. So this is nothing but which gate you can see here, NAND gate. So with this case I can say x bar dot y bar whole bar, you can say. If you further simplify that factor, you are going to get here x double bar plus y double bar. Mathematically both will get cancelled from Boolean algebra. You will get x plus y. So therefore, the input for this is going to be how much? X plus y, and therefore again this is a NAND gate, so you can say it is basically behaving like a NOT gate here, one input. So x plus y whole bar you can take here. So you can take here x plus y whole bar comes under the category of which gate? Directly NOR gate. Okay, so this question was basically from the logic gates. Let's go for the next question. Next question is basically from the viscosity he has given. So the question is, an air bubble of radius 1 millimeter, liquid of density rho 1 equals to 2000 kg per meter cube. So therefore there is an air bubble. So you just look at this case, this is there is an air bubble, and its radius already he has given, and density also he has given. At the instant bubble is rising upward with constant velocity, find the coefficient of viscosity. So as the bubble is basically rising from the constant velocity, let me take that this is the bubble which is rising up with a constant velocity of how much I can say 1/2 centimeter per second. So obviously based on the concept, the buoyancy force will be actually acting in upward direction. So you can take here this buoyancy force will be acting in upward direction. This particular bubble has certain mass mg, you can take in the downward direction, followed by the Stokes law 6 pi eta r vt. Instead of this, we have a direct formula of the terminal velocity. You can use that case. Vt is equals to 2/9 into r square into g into rho s minus rho l by eta. But we are having the air bubble, only rho we have to take here, which is nothing but rho whole divided by eta. So mathematically I can take eta is equals to 2/9 into r square into g into rho whole divided by the velocity. That velocity is already your terminal velocity. So let's substitute these respective values. So eta is equals to 2/9. We have the radius, so r is basically 1 millimeter. I would like to convert this millimeter into the meters. So 1 into 10 power minus 3 whole square, and then acceleration due to gravity by default will assume it as 10, and the density that he has already given here, it's going to be rho l. So that is nothing but, okay, you can take it here as directly only this as rho. So we will take this part as rho, whatever he mentioned we will take that case. And coming to the next part, that is density is nothing but 2000 whole divided by the terminal velocity. So the terminal velocity is nothing but, make sure that this is in CGS unit, you have to convert this factor. So 1/2 into 10 power of minus 2 meters per second it will be converted. So as a result, what you are going to get here is eta will be equal to, mathematically if you solve, this 2 goes to the numerator side. So 2 2s 4 and 4 2s is going to be 8. So I'm going to take here 8/9, and the rest of the parts are in terms of the 10 powers and all. So can I say mathematically 10 power minus 2, if I send to the numerator side, it will become 10 power plus 2. So this 1 0 and this 3 zeros followed by this 2 minus 2 send it to the numerator side, it will become plus 2. So 10 power plus 6 and 10 power minus 6 both will get cancelled actually. 10 power plus 6 and 10 power minus 6. So therefore the value of eta is going to be directly h/9. No doubt in this case, whatever the units are there, we will be getting Newton second per meter square. So therefore the answer for this case is going to be the second option. So this question has been extracted from elasticity and viscosity. Basically in our resonance we teach elasticity and viscosity together. So now we have one sheet for that. So this viscosity part, the question has appeared. Let's go for the next question. So this question comes from the surface tension basically. So now in this question what he is saying here, surface tension of a soap bubble is 0.03. It's a soap bubble. So at the end we have to multiply, whenever you are taking this part you have to multiply by 2. So coming to the next case, work done in increasing the diameter of the bubble from 1 centimeter to 3 centimeter. So basically he is asking us to find out the work done. So we can say work done can be taken as 4 pi t into r square, as he is saying increasing means nothing but change here. So you can say 4 pi t into, you can take here r2 square minus of r1 square, but as it is a soap bubble you have to multiply it by 2. So therefore you can take here h pi t into, you can take here r2 square minus of r1 square. Now let us substitute this case. So work done I am taking as it is, and that is nothing but 8 I am taking as it is, pi I am taking as it is, surface tension already I am having 0.03 followed by r2 square minus r1 square. R2 is 3 centimeter whole square, so this I am taking it as 9 centimeter, means converting it into meter. So 10 power minus 2 whole square is 10 power minus 4. That 10 power minus 4 I wish to take out outside, 10 power of minus 4 subtracted by r1 square, that is 1 square as it is I am taking. Coming to the next point, I can say that work done will be equal to, this is going to be h pi into 0.03, and this is 9 minus 8 is nothing, 9 minus 1 is h into 10 power minus 4. So I can take here 8 into 8 is going to be how much? 64 pi into 10 power minus 4, and also you have to take here, this is going to be 64 pi, and I missed this part, 0.03 I missed. Okay now, so the moment when I am taking 0.03, so I am taking here 0.03 into 10 power of minus 4. I hope you got my point. So now with this case I can say work done is actually going to be 64 multiplied by 0.03 is basically nothing but approximately we will be getting 1.9, approximately 1.98, or we can take here 1.98 pi into 10 power minus 4. So it can be approximated to 2 pi into 10 power of minus 4 joules, which means you can see here alpha pi into 10 power minus 4, he said that the value of alpha is exactly taken as 2. So therefore this value of alpha is taken as 2. So therefore this question basically appeared from where? From surface tension. Let us go for the next question. This is a question from the dimensional formula, that means units and dimension. Let's start solving this question. He is saying to express universal gravitational constant in terms of Planck's constant, and he said in terms of mass and in terms of time as well as length. So he is saying to express all these factors in terms of h, m, t, l. So as you know, Planck's constant basically relates to the energy, and universal gravitational constant. So I wish to take here gravitational potential energy. I would like to take dimensionally the energies of the gravitational potential energy and as well as the energy of the photon. I would like to equate that part dimensionally. So what I am taking here is dimensionally I am taking the energies, equating the energies, dimensionally equating the energies. So the moment when you are equating the energies dimensionally, so you can take in terms of the gravitation factor, you can take here G is equals to m1 m2 by r. If the masses are same, I'm just assuming this part as g m square whole divided by r, which is equals to the energy of the photon, which can be taken in terms of hc by lambda. Right, so I can say that dimensionally the value of r is expressed in terms of length, and lambda is also expressed in terms of length. So therefore both the length I can cancel, dimensionally I am cancelling this part. What I am doing, I am cancelling dimensionally. So what happens, this dimensionally I am taking equal. So the moment you are taking this dimensionally equal, I am writing here dimensionally equal. So what is the leftover part? Gm square is equals to hc. So I need to express G in terms of H, C and M, not in terms of C, but in terms of L and T. So what I am going to do here is G is equals to Hc by M square. Then you can take this case as G is equals to H, I am keeping as it is, and C is nothing but basically velocity of light, and velocity of light dimensionally can be taken as Lt power minus 1. So I am taking L as capital L, and based on the options, and time is nothing but small t, so T power minus 1 I have taken. Followed by that is M square at the bottom side. Can I send this M square to the numerator so that it will become M power of minus 2. So what you are going to get here is, finally I can conclude this G value is equals to H, L and T power minus 1, H, L, T power minus 1 and M power minus 2 you can take here. So this is going to be your final answer, H, L, T power minus 1, and this is M power minus 2. Hence the option 3 is the correct answer for this one. Okay, now let's go for the next question. Here he has given the position of a particle x equals to the speed and acceleration of for the first time at t1 and t2 respectively. This basically factor can be taken from the SHM factor also. So I would like to take here, firstly he has given the position of the particle is x is equals to a sine 50t plus pi by 3 we are having here. Now he is saying to find out the speed and acceleration for the first time at time t1 and t2. So for the time, for the speed the first time is t1, for the acceleration the first time is t2. So what we are going to do is, obviously this is kind of a displaced position, so if I differentiate I am going to get it as a speed. The moment when I differentiate this factor, what I am going to get, I am going to get the speed which is equals to a into sine function, so automatically it will be taken as cos. The differentiation of sine is nothing but cos 50t plus pi by 3, and then the inner derivative of this part will be nothing but 50 that I would like to write here. Now this time, the moment at the velocity at the speed, we are having the time as t1, so I wish to name this time as t1. Now think logically, as he is saying to find out the time t1, this is mathematically possible when and only, for example he is saying asking us to find out the time t1, this is only possible then when initial time this part should be equated to how much, this part should be equated to 0 and cos function will be 0 when it is equal to how much, 90 degrees. So I wish to take that factor, that is 50 t1 plus pi by 3 is equals to, I wish to take it as 90. I hope you got my point, because we have to consider with respect to the initial times for the first time he said, so that's why we have to take equate it to 90. The moment when we are taking here, so 50 t1 will be equal to pi by 2 minus of pi by 3, and if we take this part 50 t1 is going to be how much, directly we are going to get pi by 6, and therefore t1 is equals to pi by, it's going to be 300. So therefore the first time is going to be pi by 300, and you can see here there are two possibilities, second and fourth option. And now I wish to go for the acceleration. Obviously I need to differentiate again this velocity factor so that I will get the acceleration. So I am differentiating this factor here. So the moment when I am differentiating with respect to time t, I am going to get the acceleration here, which is equals to a is nothing but here the constant which is amplitude. So this a I am keeping as it is, and this is nothing but 50 I am keeping as it is. And now we are having cos function will be differentiation of cos theta is minus sine theta. I am taking that minus here, and this is going to be sine of, you can take the rest of the part 50 into t plus pi by 3, but in this case I wish to name the time is t2, as he already mentioned the first time for the acceleration is already t2, and then you have to do the inner derivative of this function which is nothing but multiplied by 50. So I would like to take that 50 also here. However, I am concerned to find out the time t2, which is mathematically possible. This factor can be 0 on, if suppose if I am equating it to 0, my time will be equal to negative, which is mathematically not possible. Time cannot be negative. That's why I have to take this function as pi. So this nothing but I can say 50 t2 plus pi by 3 should be equal to pi. As a result, what I can say, plus pi by 3, if I am sending there, it will become minus pi by 3. So pi minus of pi by 3, which means 50 t2 is equals to 2 pi by 3, and 2 ones 2 25s, and I can say t2 is going to be how much, pi by 75. So therefore the second time is going to be how much, pi by 75, which with respect to the acceleration, the first time of the acceleration is basically represented as t2, which is pi by 75, and for the speed t1, which is equals to pi by 300. So therefore second option is the correct answer for this case. So this question was basically from the SHM question. Okay, so these are the questions so far we have received, still we are receiving from the student side. Now mathematics, the Sagar sir will be continuing the rest of the part. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so dear student, now we move to mathematics portion. By the way, as expected, maths questions were easy. Many questions were easy, but some questions are lengthier also. Same as the January attempt. Okay, so now before discussion of this part, let me tell you what we are going to discuss. There are many generally in January attempt and this April. In both from the sequence series, every question they are asking easy only, and just simply based on the AP and GP formulation. Okay, and the from the binomial theorem, generally they are asking remainder problems also. And binomial theorem mainly now they are asking two things. One is the based on the remainder theorem, and other most probably they might ask the question based on the formulas or properties of the binomial coefficients. And the other question which we got from the sequence and series, that was also easy. From sequence series they just ask the integration of sin x power 4 plus cos x power 4. That question also we are going to discuss. From the sequence series they ask the one, actually we got two questions from the sequence series till now. One is both were very easy, and one is even easier than easy also. Now see, okay, now we start. So first question is value of the sum n equal to 1 to 8, 1 cube plus 2 cube up to n terms, and in denominator we have 1 plus 3 plus 5 up to n terms. Okay. Now what we do, sigma n equal to 1 to 8. In numerator we have sum of the cube of n natural number. I am just going to put the value that we have n plus 1 by 2 whole square. Similarly in denominator what we have 1 plus 3 plus 5 up to n terms. We have sum of an odd natural number, that is n square. Now here if we simplify n square got cancel out. So finally what we got, n plus 1 whole square by 4. 4 is constant, that can be written out, 1 by 4 sigma n plus 1 whole square we got, and where n is equal to 1 to 8. Now directly you can put n from 1 to 8, or if you want you can expand it, that can be written as 1 by 2 n plus 1 whole square, n square plus 2n plus 1. When we apply the sigma, you will get sigma n square, then sigma 2n twice of sigma n, and then sigma 1. Limits of n is from 1 to 8. I am going to use the formula sigma n square formula, that is n, that is equal to 8, n plus 1 2n plus 1 by 6, then twice of sigma n is n plus 1 by 2, n plus 1 by 2, and sigma 1 is equal to 8. Sigma 1 is n is equal to 8. Now further we can take this 8 common, then 8 by 2 become 4. Here 3 to this one 2 time, and this is 3 time cancel, that is 51 by 2. Here 8 we took common, 2 cancel, 9 we got, and from here 8 we took common, so that is equal to 9 plus 1 10. Now when we multiply, then what we are getting, okay, by the way here 1 by 4 we took 8 common, 4, sorry, there was the 1 by 4, so 4 is there, so here we have remaining 2. Now when we multiply 2, then we are getting 51, and this is equal to 20, and our answer is 71. Okay, now coming to next question. Next is from the limit, and it is also easy also, and you will see in PYQs, in mains and advanced, both PYQ you will see the question of this form, where they go fx is 5-degree polynomial has extremes at plus minus 1. It means these are the point where f dash x equal to 0. Limit x tending to 0, fx by x cube equal to 5. So as in denominator we have x cube, that x cube has to be cancelled. It means fx should have x cube as a common factor, otherwise limit cannot be non-zero finite. So what I am doing, first I am assuming fx, as we have in denominator x cube, it has to be cancelled, so it need to be product multiple of x cube fx. Total degree is 5, so remaining quadratic I am writing ax square plus bx plus c. Now if we put fx value in this limit, fx by x cube, this x cube got cancelled out, we got ax square plus bx plus c, and when we put x equal to 0 here, what we are getting, we are just getting only c. So here just put the value and put x equal to 0, you will get c equal to 5. So we got c equal to 5. If you put the value of c, then fx is equal to x cube into ax square, ax power 5 plus bx power 4, c is 5x cube. Okay, still we have two unknown, one is a and other is b. To get two unknown, they give two conditions, that these are the point of extrema, it means f dash x equal to 0.
So first f dash x, 5ax power 4 plus 4bx cube, and it is 15x square. Okay, now this f dash x is 0 at plus 1 and minus 1. When we put x equal to 1, what we are getting? 5a plus 4b plus 15, that is equal to 0. Now we put minus 1 also, what we will get? 5a minus 4b plus 15 equal to 0. If we add both, then we get 5a plus 15 equal to 0. It means a equal to minus 3. And if you put a equal to minus 3, or if you subtract, then you will get b equal to 0. We got a and b, so finally we got our fx. And what is fx? We just put the value here. A is minus 3, so minus 3x power 5, b is 0, and plus 5x cube. So this is our fx. And once you got fx, what you need? f2 minus f minus 2. As we can see clearly, fx is odd function, so f2 minus f minus 2 is going to be 0. Okay, okay, so just fx we got, we just need to put the value and we'll get our answer. Now coming to next, now the next question is 30 from the binomial theorem, and this is based on the properties of binomial coefficient. Okay, by the way, which formula we are going to use? That is NCR plus NCR minus 1 equal to n plus 1 CR. Okay, now we 30C 30 minus R. From this 3 times 30C 31 minus R, I will add 1 with this one. So 1 with this one, 30C 31 minus R. Then we have remaining 2 times. We will take 2 times from here also. Then 2 will be common, and we make a pair 30C 31 minus R, and from here 30C 32 minus R. Then still we have 1 here from remaining. So 30C 32 minus R, and 1 is this one, that is 30C 33 minus R. We need to get this complete sum in terms of NCR form, and we need value of n. Okay, now NCR plus NCR minus 1, n plus 1 CR, 31 CR, higher value of R is 31 minus R, plus twice of NCR minus 1, n plus 1 CR, 31 CR is 32 minus R. Here also if we add both, what we are getting? 31C 33 minus R. In every pair I just use the formula NCR plus NCR minus 1, that is equal to n plus 1 CR. Again, one will write with this one and one will write with this one, we make the pair. So 31C 31 minus R and 31C 32 minus R, when we add, then n plus 1 32C 32 minus R. Similarly, one of this one, when we add with this, you will get 32C 33 minus R. Now again NCR plus NCR minus 1, n plus 1 CR, R is 33 minus R. This 30C 33 minus R, NCR can be written as NCN minus R, or NCN minus R can be written as NCR. Okay, now if we compare with the MCR, what is the value of M we are getting? That is equal to 33. Okay, so our correct answer is 33. Now coming to next question. Okay, a very easy problem from the chapter PNC. What they are asking, a regular polygon with n sides is given. Pn denote the number of triangle. If your n sides regular polygon, the number of triangle formed by joining any 3 point is NC3. So Pn is NC3 only. If Pn plus 1 minus Pn equal to 66, then the sum of all prime divisor of n. So first we need to find the value of n. Pn plus 1, number of triangle with n plus 1 vertices. What it is? N plus 1 C3. Pn, number of triangle with n vertices, NC3 equal to 66. We need to find the value of n. Now if we use NCR formula, then n plus 1 into n minus 1 divided by 6. This is n minus 1, n minus 2 divided by 6 equal to 66.
something is common, n into n minus 1 by 6 common, n plus 1 minus of n minus 2, what is the difference? 3 equal to 66, 3 to 6 2 time cancel, n into n minus 1 equal to 2 into 66 132. Now what value of n is satisfying this one? 12. 12 into 11 132. Okay, so we got value of n 12. Now if you prime factorize, what we are getting? 2 power 2 into 3. So prime factors are 2 and 3. So what they ask? Sum of all prime divisor. Okay, so this is 5. Now coming to next. Okay, so this is the question from the definite integration, easy one only. What we need integration 0 to 20 pi sin x power 4 plus cos x power 4. I am going to use the formula, that is 1 minus 2 sin square x into cos square x. Okay, now first integration of 1 is x, upper limit minus lower limit, that is 20 pi. So this 20 pi is the integration of 1, then minus sin square x into cos square x, that can be written as 1 by 4 sin square 2x, sin x cos x sin 2x by 2. Okay, so when we put the value here, this integration remains same, 0 to 20 pi, then sin square x cos square x 1 by 4 sin square 2x. So what we have remaining? 1 by 2 sin square 2x. Okay, now 20 pi as it is. Now as we know that sin square x is a periodic function with the period pi, then sin square 2x is periodic with the period pi by 2, and this is 40 times of pi by 2. So this can be written as 1 by 2 as it is, 40 times 0 to t, it means pi by 2 sin square x, and sin square 2x can be written as 1 minus cos 2x by, sorry, here 4x will come, sin square 2x can be written as 1 minus cos 2x by 2. Okay, into dx. Now this is 20 pi, it is 20, 2 also cancel, so what we got? 10. Now when we integrate 1, integration of 1 is x, upper limit minus lower limit, pi by 2. When we integrate cos 4x, that is sin 4x by 4, but when you put pi by 2, that is going to be 0. When you put 0, still that is going to be 0. So integration of that part of cos 4x is 0 completely. Now 20 pi minus 5 pi, what we got? 15 pi. Is there anyone? Yes, first one is the correct answer. Now coming to next question, given and increasing. Okay, so this is the second question from the chapter sequence and series, and where they are asking the question generally from AP GP only, and the last question that they asked from the miscellaneous sequence. Okay, and both were easy only. Given an increasing arithmetic progression an, it means an is the nth term, general term of AP, and increasing geometric progression gn is the nth term. Increasing, it means D positive, increasing GP, it means R positive. Okay, where A1 and G1 both are equal to 1, A2 plus Z2. Okay, first term of both sequence is 1, and they give A2 plus Z2 equal to 9. First we use it. A2 is 1 plus D, second term of AP, and G2 is AR. A is 1, first term of GP is also 1. So it is just simply R equal to 9. From here we got D plus R is equal to 8. This is the one equation. Now other I am going to use it. A3 1 plus 2D. This is third term. And G3 is AR square. A is 1. First term of GP is 1 and into R square. Equal to what we have? 17. Now by solving these two equations we get the value of A and R. I am just replacing value of D here. D is equal to 8 minus R from the first equation plus R square, where that 1 went, 1 came to right, 17 minus 1 is 16. Now finally R square minus 2R and plus 16 cancel out. We got two value of R, one is 0 and other is 2. Now R cannot be 0 because GP is increasing, so R equal to 2. So we got R2. Now when we put R equal to 2 here, we are getting D equal to 6. Now what they are asking? They are asking A10 plus G5. A10 is A plus 9D
D of AP is 6 and plus G5 is A into R power 4. So here 55 and that is equal to 16. So what we got total 71. Okay, so this was the second question from the AP sequence and series chapter. Now this was the mathematics portion. Now I request sir to join us for chemistry part discussion. Hi sir.
Hi, sir. Hello guys, hope you done well in this examination. Let us discuss chemistry topic. Remaining questions of the chemistry what we got from the students, I am going to be discuss. Right? See here. Okay, right? Question given from the chemical kinetics. Chemical kinetics. Right. Question given from the chemical kinetics from first order. Chemical kinetics. So what is the question? For first order reaction, 2A gas plus 2A gas gives rise to 4B gas plus C gas. Okay, total pressure at 30 seconds they given and total pressure at infinity time they given. What is the pressure at 30 seconds? 300 torr, and at T is equals to infinity, what is the pressure? 600 torr respectively, right? Right. Then what they asked, calculate pressure of the C at 30 seconds, right? At T is equals to 0, initial pressure of the reactant A is just consider as the P naught, right? Initially there is no products, their pressure exerted by the products 0. At T is equals to 30 seconds, okay, right? It will become P naught minus 2x. It will become 4x, it will become x. At T is equals to infinity, it will become completely consumed, completely reacted. At infinity time, all the reactants are converted into what? Products. Then there is no pressure exerted by the reactant. It will become P naught minus P naught, it will become, okay, 2P naught, it will become P naught by 2. Right? Okay. Right, what they given at infinity time, total pressure is 600 torr. That means P naught plus P naught by 2 is equals to 600. Then what you get? 3 P naught is equals to, okay, 2 P naught. Okay, 5 P naught equals to, 5 P naught is equals to 1200. Take LCM, right? Right. 5 P naught is equals to 1200. P naught is equals to what you get? 240. But what we have to find out? X. Pressure of the C at 30 seconds. Then at T is equals to 30 seconds, P naught minus 2x plus 4x plus x. What they given? 300. Okay. P naught value you know, 240 minus, okay, minus 2x, x minus x, then you get the 3x is equals to 300. Okay, 3x equals to 60, 300 minus 240, 60,
then x equals to 20 is the answer. X is nothing but pressure of the sea at 30 seconds. That x we have to find out. That x, what is the answer? Answer is 20 torr. 20 torr is the correct answer, right? Let's move to next question. What is the next question, right? Okay. The question given from the practical organic chemistry, POC. Quantitative analysis, right? Complete combustion of X grams of organic compound. Weight of organic compound they given X grams. Okay, right? Gave 0.25 grams of weight of carbon dioxide they given 0.25 grams and 0.12 grams of H2O also they given. The percentage of carbon 25, percentage of hydrogen 4.89 percentage. Then what is the X? Express in terms of 10 power minus 3 grams. Give the nearest integer. That is the question they asked. Okay, right. I given one hint how to find out the percentage of carbon, how to find out the percentage of hydrogen. Carbon is converted into carbon dioxide upon combustion. 12 grams is converted into 44 grams. Then percentage of carbon, what is the formula? 12 by 44 into weight of CO2 by weight of organic compound into 100. Okay, percentage of carbon is equals to, right, 12 by 44. Okay, weight of CO2 given 0.25. Weight of organic compound given, what is the weight of organic compound given? X gram. That X we have to find out into 100. Okay, okay. Percentage of carbon also they given. What is the percentage of carbon? 25. Okay, 25 4 11. Then X equals to what you get? 3 by 11. Then what you get? 0.27. Then when you express in terms of 10 power minus 3, answer will be 270. So answer is what? 270 is the correct answer. Then option 4. Okay, let's move to next question. This question is somewhat easy. Similar question they asked in the session 1 also. Same question they asked in session 2 also. These questions are repeated question from the organic chemistry, practical organic chemistry. Let's move to next question. Okay, what is the next question? Okay, right. Right. The question is from the acidic and basic and neutral oxides. Nature of oxides. Nature of oxides. So this nature of oxides we can discuss in D and F black elements, and we can discuss chemical bonding. Okay, right. How to decide the nature of metal oxides? I think in this they given the metal oxides. So how metal, some non-metal oxides also there. How to decide the nature of oxides? We have some hints. By using those hints we can decide. For a metal, metal is in +1 or +3 or +2 and +3 oxidation state in their oxides. If metal is in +1, +2, +3 oxidation state in their oxides, those are basic oxides. Those are what oxides? Basic oxides, except Cr2O3. Cr2O3 is the amphoteric. Even chromium is in the +3 oxidation state, it is not basic oxide, it acts as the amphoteric oxide. That means it reacts with acids as well as bases. Right. Next one. If metal is in +5, +6, +7 oxidation state, those metal oxides act as the acidic oxides. Okay, those metal oxides act as the acidic oxide. What is the exception? V2O5. V2O5, even vanadium is in the +5 oxidation state. It does not act as the acidic oxide. Mostly it is the amphoteric. It reacts with acids as well as bases. +4 oxidation state. +4 oxidation states are amphoteric except V2. Okay, right. And you know that non-metal oxides are acidic in nature except CO, NO and N2O. These are amphoteric. Right? Let us see. Al2O3 amphoteric. Okay, Al2O3 is amphoteric. Al2O3 comes. CO is the amphoteric and NO is the amphoteric, but they asked for the all the kinds. Okay, Na2O, sodium is in the +1 basic, potassium is in the +1 basic. Okay, Al2, aluminium is in the +3 but it is amphoteric. And As2O3, arsenic in the +3 oxidation state, this is also amphoteric. Here we have the one more exception, As2O3. Okay, come here. Na2O +1 basic, N2O nitrous oxide amphoteric. Here also no all kinds of oxides are not present. Here acidic. Okay, this is acidic. This is basic. Sorry, K2O is basic and Cl2O7 non-metal oxide as acidic. As2O3 is amphoteric and this is amphoteric. All kinds of acidic, basic and amphoteric oxides are present in the option 4. Then answer will be option 4. Right? That's it. Let's move to next question. What is the next question? Next question given from the D and F black elements and practical inorganic chemistry. Okay, what is the question? Fe+2, Fe+3, Cr+2 and Zn+2, they given 4 ions. The ions that show positive borax bead test and that should have the highest ionization enthalpy. What is the borax bead test? Na2B4O7 10H2O. Upon heating, it loses the water, Na2B4O7, and upon heating, further heating, we get the sodium metaborate and boric anhydride. This is when treated with metal ion. It gives the characteristic color. Okay, it gives the what? Characteristic color. It has the characteristic color. Okay, when you see here, what is the electronic configuration of Fe+2 3d6? Right. What is the electronic configuration of Zn+2 3d10? Okay. What is the electronic configuration of Cr+2 3d4? What is the electronic configuration of Fe+3 3d5? As Zn+2 having the fulfilled d orbital, there is no dd transition. Whenever there is no dd transition of electron, then it does not exhibit the color. Zn+2 is not gives the positive borax test because it is colorless. Okay, it is colorless, that's why it is not gives the borax. Actually, borax bead test is used to identify the d black elements by their characteristic color with reaction with what? Borax. Okay, right. First one, this is not the option. We have the remaining 3 options. Which one has the highest ionization enthalpy? It is very easy to say, as Fe+3 having the half-filled electronic configuration, it is very tough task to remove the electron because in this electronic configuration, Fe+3 is stable. We can't remove the electron from the 3d5. If you want to remove the electron, you have to supply the more amount of energy. That means here higher ionization energy is required to remove the electron, so that has the highest ionization enthalpy. Then answer is Fe+3. It gives the positive borax bead test because of dd electron transition, right? And it has the highest ionization enthalpy because of a filled stable electronic configuration. Okay, so that is the answer. Answer is Fe plus 3. And the question is given from the mole concept, or you can take from the solutions, from the concentration terms. Okay, they given molarity of H2SO4 solution 4.9 moles. That means 4.9 moles of H2SO4 present in 1000 ml solution or 1 liter solution. It's clear. Okay, if density of solution is 1.4 grams, density they given 1.4 grams per ml. Okay, then molality and mole fraction. What is the molality? Molality is equals to number of moles of solute by weight of solvent in kg into 1000. In grams if you take, so into 1000. Okay, right. That means you have to find out the weight of solvent, because we have the number of moles of solute. What is the number of moles of solute? Solute is the H2SO4, that is 4.9 moles. We have to find out the weight of the solvent. How to find out the weight of solvent? First, they given density. From the density, you have to find out the weight of solution. What is the weight of solution? What is the solution? ml, 1000 ml. For what is the density? This one. Density into volume. Density is the what? 1.4 into 1000. That weight of solution is 1400 grams. Weight of solution is. But what we require? Solvent weight we require. Weight of solvent is equals to, right, weight of solution minus weight of solute. Okay, weight of solution is what? 1400 minus weight of solute is number of moles into molecular weight of solute. 1400 minus number of moles of solute is what? 4.9. And what is the molecular weight of H2SO4? 98. Upon solving, you will get approximately 920 grams. Then molality is equals to, okay, 4.9 into 1000 by 920. This is upon solving, you get 5.34 grams. Okay, 5.34, we have two options, right? Then we have to find out the what? Mole fraction of the solute. Mole fraction of the solute is equals to, what is the solute? H2SO4. Number of moles of H2SO4, number of moles of H2SO4 plus number of moles of solvent. Okay, 4.9 by 4.9 plus, okay, then number of moles of solute, right, 1000. What we have? Solvent is 920, 920 by 18. So upon solving, you will get 0.088. Then answer will be 3. Okay, right. So calculation part is involved in this question, right? That's it. Zakir sir will continue the physics part, right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity, and let's begin the physics portion. And as I have told you in the very start of the video that most of the questions are formula based. As long as you remember the formula, don't panic, do it properly. Believe me, every question can be done within from 30 to at most 3 minutes. Okay, so we are gonna start this thing soon enough, and here we got the first question. Now this one looks scary, and I'm not gonna downplay this thing. Okay, it's low scary, but it's not supposed to be. What they're asking is a magnetic field produced by the electron on the center by the second and fourth orbit and their ratio. So how do we do this thing? First you need to know what is a magnetic field formula. It is 20 I divided by 2 current in a circular orbit, and the current is actually going in a clockwise direction, which is the magnetic going inside the plate. Now here the current is basically charge divided by time period t. Now this time period, it is kind of like a controversial thing to say, but I would say it this way: the electron behaves as the same as planet or satellite, which means it will kind of like obey the Kepler's law, and according to Kepler's law, t is proportional to r to the power 3 by 2. Now, here we will put this 3 by 2, we will be getting q divided by r to the power 3 by 2 with, of course, some constant number because it's a proportionality. Now, if I place this right over here, we are going to get magnetic field is equals to mu naught q c divided by r to the power 3 by 2 multiplied with another r and of course 2 there. So here magnetic field is proportional to r to the power 5 by 2. Now this right here, after this everything is gonna be easy because we know in Bohr's atomic model r is proportional to n square by z. If we place this thing right over here, the final thing we will be getting is magnetic field is proportional to 1 upon n to the power 5. Now this 5 thing is actually important because if you do the ratio like let's say call it b1 and b2, you would be getting here 1 upon 2 to the power 5 and here you will be
చెప్పాను
getting
సార్
1 upon 4 to the power 5, which will give you 32 here. And just like that our question is done. So like I said in the start, it was a bit scary, but if you know the formulas like this time period Kepler's law, and of course this formula, and at the end some bit of a calculation, tiny bit of a calculation, then you can get the answer pretty quickly, that is 32 over here. Now moving on to the next question. Next question we have is this, and again we are getting a magnetic field question, but this time they're asking what is a mutual inductance. So let's see the mutual inductance thing. A smaller circular loop of radius r is completely enclosed within the large circular loop of length capital L. Both the loops are concentric and coplanar, and they're asking what is a mutual inductance. So listen carefully. We can get the mutual inductance if we can get the flux, which is equals to m into I. If we take the flux by a smaller circle, then we will be taking the current here for the square. Now for this we need to first figure out what is magnetic field into area. Magnetic field created by the square and area of the smaller one. So magnetic field here is gonna be, since we know it's a square, it's kind of like divided into 4 parts, which means we are going to get here each one of them making an angle 45 degree over here, meaning you will be getting alpha beta as 45 degree. Why do we need these? Because we know magnetic field formula for a line is gonna be mu naught I sine alpha plus sine beta divided by 4 pi distance d, which in this case is gonna be a by 2 or l by 2. So we are gonna place it here 4 times mu naught I bracket, we would be getting 2 times of sine 45 like this divided by 4 pi d here is gonna be L by 2 multiplied with the area which is for the smaller circle, that is gonna be pi r square is equals to mutual inductance multiplied with the current. Now current here and current here is actually same thing because we already established the fact that it's a current by the square loop. So once we do that, let's see what is left here, or maybe few things more will be cancelled like pi, like this 4. So what is going to be left here is mu naught, which you can see right over here, then 2 times of sine 45 degree, which means root 2, and then from the denominator we would be getting L by 2, so L, and we will be getting here another 2 you can call it, and of course we would be having this r square. Now by just watching this 2 root 2 you can check that the second option is going to be correct, otherwise you just match the remaining like mu naught r square by L. Okay, Now moving on to the next question. Next
Not
question
bad.
we have is, a ball is released from a height which is shown here 10 meter. The ball come to rest after moving 10 centimeter below the surface, which means it is experiencing a resistive force here. Resistive force, or should I call it friction force? That would be much better. Resistive force or friction force. Now, how do we calculate this friction force or resistive force? All we need is force is equals to mass into acceleration. So, how do we get acceleration? Quite easy. We know when it reaches there, final velocity is gonna be zero, initial velocity is gonna be not zero, it is going to be square root of 2gh here. Square root of 2gh. So here we get square root of v square minus u square divided by 2 into displacement. That is going to be displacement s. And then we just put the values here, minus m0 minus 2gh divided by 2s, which is going to be 2 into this 10 centimeter is going to be 0.1. That is going to be force. So here we are going to get m into 2gh divided by 0.2. Cancel that, you would be getting 10 here. So F is equals to m is given 1 into 10 and another gravity which is 10, and then h value is also 10, making this total resistive force as 1000 Newton. So there we go, fourth option is correct. Moving on to the next thing. Next thing we have is a thermodynamics question which says there are 5 mole of unknown gas heated at a constant volume. Constant volume process, which means CV is important rather than CP. Now let's see, if the delta T here is going from 10 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius, molar heat capacity at a constant pressure, pay attention, they are asking for constant volume but they gave constant pressure here, so we have to be careful about this thing. Now Cp value here, it says going to be 8 calorie per mole Celsius, where R value, now here again they are doing bit of a cheating with us. The R value here is going to be nearly 2 calorie per mole Celsius. Remember that we need to take the same unit here. So here we are getting Cv, which is equals to Cp minus R. Cv value is gonna be 8 minus 2, that is gonna be 6 calorie mole Celsius. Now once we got that, all we had to do is apply the formula which we know as delta U is equals to NCV delta T. So N, number of moles here is given as 5 into CV value is going to be given here as 6, and delta T here is like 20 degrees Celsius minus 10 degrees Celsius. By the way, you can do the subtraction here in terms of degrees Celsius. It's not going to be a problem because at the end Kelvin do the same thing. So when you calculate this entire thing, it is going to be 300. So answer, which is an integer question, I will write here is 300 calorie. Moving on to the next thing. Next thing we have is a question from Newton's law of motion, which is from the 11th class. I mean, less of a Newton's law of motion, more of a center of mass question, because they're asking what is the displacement of the center of mass after t equals to 2 seconds. Now there are two ways to do the question. You can individually calculate what is the displacement, then do the center of mass, or get the center of mass acceleration, then get the displacement. I like to do this thing as acceleration of center of mass, and for these kind of question there is a direct formula which I generally use, which is something like G m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 whole square. But I would tell how we got this shortcut thing. It's simple. The acceleration you generally get for these two, which are like m1 and m2, it is gonna be m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into G. After that, you get this thing like a A1, and of course, this gonna be minus A2. Then you do ACOM as M1 A1 minus M2 A2 by M1 plus M2, and voila, if you do it properly, you will be getting this formula. Now after that, we're just going to put the values. So acceleration of center of mass we are getting as G bracket, we are getting 2 minus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 whole square. That is gonna be G divided by 9. Oh, wait a minute, let's do it properly. This is gonna be 1 divided by 3, 3 square, 9. That means 10 by 9 over here. Now after that, we will do the displacement thing, which is gonna be half AT square, because initial velocity is 0. So we get here half acceleration 10 by 9 and t square, which is 2 square. So here if we simplify this thing, we would be getting here 20 by 9, which is going to be third option right here. Now moving on to probably our last question for my session at least. So it is the question from Earth alternating current. Now this alternating current is not so difficult again if you know the formula. So what this question says, when switch 1 is closed, which means we are bypassing L1 entirely, the circuit will go something like this. It will pass through L2 but not with the L1. Later if you open the switch S2, let's do that. Later if you close S2, then the circuit goes something like this, which means the circuit will pass through L1. So in a simple terms, what I'm saying is, one time we would be getting L2 involved, another time the L1 will be involved here. Now how do we solve it? First of all, they're asking 3L1 minus L2. This suspiciously looks like we have to subtract or do something regarding XL. First of all, what is XL? XL is called omega L, which means there will be like X1 and X2 regarding omega L1 and omega L2. Now here, once we got these things, we will do tan theta, which is going to be the angle mentioned here as 30 degree and 60 degree. That is going to be x1 minus xc divided by r. Let's call it 1, and here tan theta 2, it's gonna be x2 minus xc by r. Now I would like to do something direct. You should also follow it. When you divide them, r would be cancelled. You will be getting something like a root 3. Another is going to be 1 by root 3. If you divide it, simplified it, you will be getting something like 3. And on the other side, we would be getting here x2. Now our x2 is going to be regarding omega L2, because remember, when S1 is closed, L2 was connected. So that's why x2 first. X2 minus xc. Where is xc value? There it is. Xc value is given 30 ohms. Xc is 30 divided by x1 minus 30. So here if you simplify, you will be getting 3 times of x1 minus 90 is equals to x2 minus 30. That is gonna be 3x1 minus x2 is equals to 90 minus 30, 60. Now if you just simplify this thing, you would be getting 3L1 minus L2 omega outside is equals to 60. But wait a moment, do we have omega value? Yes, we do, and it's right here, 300. So basically you need to divide this omega right over here, which is going to be 60 divided by 300. That would give you 1 by 5, or should I directly say 0.2. So you see, even in this question, which looks very troublesome, as long as you are following the formula, it's gonna be easier for you. So soon enough we are going to see our math session. by our extreme experienced senior expert person in maths, Vivek sir. I would like you to be here and please demonstrate the maths expertise here.
Yeah, thank you, Jackie sir. So as we are saying the paper, again the paper are the almost the same pattern is there. Some of the question are the easy, but same time 4-5 question are there, so lengthy calculation are there. So for if you want to get a good marks in the maths, must be you have to improve the calculation. Yeah. So now we can see this sum. PA is equal to B is there. PA is equal to B is there. PA is equal to B. We have to be find A and P and Q. Then P plus Q. So we have to be find the P and Q. Don't do like that. You can assume the P, multiply with A, and then you can equate with the B. If you do like that, it will take the more time. So what you have to do here, you can see P, A, B. You can multiply with the A inverse. A inverse also here. So P is equal to, you can find the B, A inverse. In the similar way, now you can see for the Q. So Q is equal to, we can write A inverse B. Finding inverse is also very easy for the 2 cross 2. All of you know how to find. So A inverse we can find from here. A inverse is equal to just diagonal element you can change. Apart from other diagonal element, this one sign you can change. So 2 minus 4 divided by minus 2 plus 8, 4 will come. So now you can divide this one. So we can get the A inverse is equal to minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2, minus 1 and 1 by 2. We can get the A inverse. Now for the P, B you know 3, 3, 1, 9. You can multiply this one with the A inverse. You can find the P value. Same in the similar way for the Q. Only multiplication is there. All of you are the very comfortable in the multiplication because this is the 2 cross 2 multiplication is there. So similar way we can multiply and then we can find the Q value. Once you can find the P value and Q value, then you are going to be add here P plus Q into 2. Then you can get the answer of this one. Yeah. Now we can see the next sum. Yeah, next sum from the integration are there. So integration, what we can do? 16x plus 24 by this one 5 and 3 we can take here. So x square plus 5x minus 3x minus 15. So we can convert into the factor this one. So 16x plus 24, what we can write here? You can take the x plus 5 and x minus 3. Now you can take the partial fraction here. So for the partial fraction, 16x plus 24 by x plus 5 into x minus 3. This is equal to, you can write a by x plus 5 plus b by x minus 3. From here we have to find the a and b value. Once we can find the a and b value, so integration we can do very easily. So how we can find the a and b value? 16x plus 24 is equal to, we can multiply here a x minus 3 plus b x plus 5. So now we can put the x is equal to 3, x equal to 3. So here 16 into 3, 48 plus 24. By the way, this term is going to become a 0. We can put 3, so b into 8. This is 3, this is 6. So we can get b is equal to 9. Once the b is equal to 9, now we have to find the a value. So you can take x is equal to minus 5. If x equal to minus 5 we can take, so b gone here. Here what? 16 into 5 minus 80 plus 24 is equal to minus 5 we can keep, so minus 8 will come, minus 8a. Now you can cancel this one. Minus, so this become 10 and this become minus 3. So a is equal to 7. Once we can get a and b value, so this integration is equal to a 7 log x plus 5 plus b is equal to, we got here 9, so 9 log x minus 3 plus c, arbitrary constant. Now again, how to find the arbitrary constant? For the arbitrary constant only you can see one value are given here. So here once you can put x is equal to 4, then this value is equal to, it will come 14 ln 3. So from there you can find the c value. Once you can find the c value, then you can find the f of x. Once the f of x, in place of f of x, you can put the 7, then you can get the first option. Yeah. Next sum. Good sum, this one. One thing you can see here, n minus 1 is there, not a n. Maybe the sum of the student will take, this is the n, then you can do the mistake there. See here, x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 up to xn minus 1 plus xn divided by how much? N is equal to, given here, you can see here, up to this part is equal to only. This part we have to be find. So this part is equal to what? 8 is there. So we can write 8 here. Now we have to be find the xn value. So how we can find the xn value? See here, x1 plus x2 plus up to xn minus 1 divided by n minus 1 is equal to, this one value is equal to plus xn. This value is equal to, here what the value will come, you can see 48, this sum is there. So here this value is equal to, this combined is equal to, can you write the 48 here, yahan pe likh do, no need to write that one. So we can write here 48 plus xn divided by n is equal to 8. So what the value will come, xn is equal to, you can see 8n minus 48 we can get. So we can get the xn value from here. Now we can go for the variance. So variance value are given the 16. So 16 is equal to 1 by n, and here x1 whole square, x2 whole square up to xn minus whole square plus xn whole square minus this value are there 8, means the mean whole square. We have to be find the n value. So 16, 1 by n, you can see here, this value is equal to given what? 496. So this value is equal to, we can write here 496 plus, here we can get the xn value. So xn value we can keep here 18 minus 48 whole square minus 8 whole square is equal to 16. Now from here n value we can find, yes, this is the calculative is there, but by this equation only we are going to be solved. So after the solving, n is equal to value we can get here 14. So our answer is 40. Yeah, our answer is this one, the n is equal to 14 is there. By the way, this option is not here. Yeah. Now we can see here the system of the equation, this one and this one has an infinite number of the solution. Then we have to find the a and b value. Infinite number of the solution, that means delta is equal to be 0, delta 1 is equal to be 0, delta 2 and delta 3. All the things are going to become a 0. So if the delta we can check here, so from here a value we can find, means 1, 5, 6, delta I am taking here, 1, 2, 4, 1, 1, a is equal to 0. So easily we can find from here the a value. A value we can get from here, and once we can take any other thing, just like I am taking here delta 3 if I am taking, so 1, 5, 4, 1, 5, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, b, that is equal to also 0. So from here we can find the a value, easy calculation only here. So we can find the a value here and we can find the b value here. What they are asking, a and b lies on this one. So once we can find a and b value, then in the option we can put and then we can check. So what we are finding here, x minus 2y is equal to 1. So our the first option is correct here. Next sum is there, this one. If you can see this sum, then first shift also the same sum came in a examination. Same way, two lines are there. They are going to intersect on the xy plane. So this equal to, you can assume the lambda, and this is equal to you can assume the t. Here you can assume the lambda. So what the x value for this line is equal to, we can get 2 lambda plus a, 2 lambda plus a, 3 lambda plus 2, 2 lambda plus a, 3 lambda plus 2 and 6 lambda plus b we can get here. 6 lambda plus b we can get here. Now here we can see for this line. So this point is equal to, we can get 3t plus b, 6t plus 7 and 3t plus 1 we can get here. What we are finding here, they are given to the xy plane. That means our the z coordinate is going to become a 0. If the z coordinate is going to become a 0, means the 3t plus 1 is equal to be 0. So t is equal to minus 1 by 3. By the way, both the line are going to be intersect, means this one, this one, this one, all are the same thing only. From here if we can equate with the 0, so lambda is equal to, we can get minus b by 6. So we can get the lambda. Again the question, how we can find the b value, a lambda value? So for that one, what you have to do, this minus 1 by 3 here you can put. So this b minus 1, this one is equal to 7 minus 2. So we can get the 5 and this is the 0. Now we can equate from here. So here we can equate. So 2 lambda plus a is equal to b minus 1 and 3 lambda plus 2 is equal to, we can get the 5. That means lambda is equal to 1. So we can get the lambda value and t value. If the lambda value is equal to 1, so here you can put the 2 plus a is equal to b minus 1. That means this and this, all the value we can find. You can see lambda is equal to 1. So lambda is equal to 1 you can keep here. So b is equal to, we can find the minus 6. So our b value is equal to minus 6. Now b value you can keep here. Means that 2 plus a minus 6 minus 1, this is equal to minus 7. So A is equal to minus 7 minus 2 minus 9. So A value is equal to, we can get the minus 9. They are asking about the A plus B value. Easily you can add minus 9 minus 6 is equal to, we can get the minus 15. So first option is our the correct answer. Yeah, now the next sum. Yeah, now chemistry sir will come. Vamshi sir, he is going to explain you the chemistry sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So if you see the remaining questions from chemistry part, and overall also if you see, as I told you before starting the test paper discussion, majority of the questions are doable only. So understand this point and do your preparation accordingly, right? So definitely you will able to score it. But only thing is you have to focus on that particular areas, which one to excel first, then second one, then third area, then fourth area. All these areas, how to distribute, that I have already explained. Now let's quickly get into the question part. First question from organic chemistry, basically amines chapter, right? Amines. So there is a aniline given along with bromine at ortho position and methyl group at para position, and this aniline is treated with NaNO2. It is a typing mistake here. It is treated with NaNO2 plus a HCl, that it is a diazotization reaction. Right. So in diazotization reaction, what will happen? The primary amine will be converted into BDC, benzene diazonium chloride. So this NH2 will be converted into N2Cl, benzene diazonium chloride. Now this benzene diazonium chloride is treated with a Tollens reagent or AgNO3, Ag plus ion, that whoever are mobilizable ions are there, anions are there, it will Ag plus ion will take that anions and will go out as AgCl precipitate. So this is the AgCl. You can see here C is a precipitate, B is a soluble compound, and this C is what you can understand, it is AgCl compound, right? AgCl compound. Now little of a calculation part he has given. So just understand this, that is whatever 1.86 grams of this compound is there, its molecular mass is 186, right? So number of moles of the reactant given is 1.86 grams divided by 186, that is 0.01 moles it is given, right now. And now this will be giving rise to whatever 0.01 moles is there of reactant molecule. Finally the AgCl formed will also be 0.01 mole. Understanding? So take the calculation of AgCl molecular mass, that is Ag atomic mass is 108 and chlorine atomic mass is 35.5. So it becomes 10, 13, 4, 1, 143.5. So it is 143.5 molecular mass into 0.01. So that comes to around into 143.5. So it will become 1.435 grams AgCl will be formed. So X is equal to 1.435 grams AgCl precipitate formation. Very simple question, and it is the mixing of organic chemistry question concept with mole concept, physical chemistry interlinking, right? But an interesting question. So going to the second question. The second question is from chemical bonding. So see here, within this chemical bonding, whatever question is there, first let's understand. There is a molecule SF4 and he is asking which of these molecules are isostructural. What does it mean by isostructural? Structure means we know the three-dimensionally whatever the molecule different atoms are arranged. Iso means similar. So to the SF4 molecule, which all other molecules are of same structure. First, let us understand, let us recognize what is the structure of SF4 first, right? So SF4, if you see SF4, right? So sulfur, 6 valence electrons are there, and fluorine is a monovalent atom. So it will be forming single bond, right? And there is one lone pair. So altogether it is a steric number is a 4 plus 1, that is a 5. So hybridization will come to sp3d, that is a sp3d with one lone pair. sp3d geometry is a trigonal bipyramidal, but sp3d with one lone pair, it will be seesaw, right? Seesaw. So you have to find such a type of compounds which are also having, or in another way also I will write AB4L should be there, right? So generalized formula you can say AB4L. So coming to BF4, actually BF4, it is wrong here, typing mistake. It should be like a BF4 minus if you take it. Bromine, then xenon and next group element. So bromine 7 valence electrons plus 1 extra negative charge electron becomes 8. So 8 electrons, but 4 only are used for 4 single bond formation. So 4 more electrons will be left over, which is equal to 2 lone pairs. So this molecule, this species is nothing but AB4L2, right? But what we want is AB4L only, right? So this will not match. Then coming to IF4 plus. Iodine 7 valence electrons, but from the 7 valence electron you have to remove 1 electron. It comes to 6 valence electron, which is similar to like sulfur, right? Most probably this can come to the answer. So 6 valence electrons. Among the 6 valence electrons, 4 are used with the fluorine atom to form 4 single bond. Then among the 6, if 4 are utilized, 2 more electrons will be left over in the form of a lone pair, right? So this makes AB4L. This is what we are searching for, right or wrong? So AB4L, this can be one answer. Coming to CH4, it is a simple molecule AB4. So this is not the answer. Coming to XCF4, already we have taken BRF4 minus, right? So it is AB4L2. So this is also not the answer. Coming to XCO2F2. In XCO2F2, if you see, xenon 8 valence electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So among the surrounding atoms, 2 types of surrounding atoms, oxygen, a double bond is there, right? So double bond O, another oxygen, a double bond O, and 2 fluorine atoms are also there, which are monovalent. So single bonds are formed, 1 lone pair is present. So this molecule you can consider it as AB2C2L, AB2C2L. But still, whatever the general formula is, there, that is coming here, that is matching here, right? So this also compound can be taken for seesaw structure, Therefore, it is all C and E. This is the answer. Very beautiful question, right? Simple question only, little it will take time. Otherwise, if you are doing better practice, right, by seeing the molecule itself, you will be understanding. And again, I am telling you one shortcut. Whatever the molecules are there in the NCERT, list down all of them. Find out their central atom hybridization, then geometry, then structure of the molecule. So very easy. At the examination time, you will be saving the time also, right? Now coming to third question, it is a physical chemistry related question, and you can see here osmotic pressure. In which chapter osmotic pressure comes? That is in colligative properties, right? So this is a question from colligative properties. Now coming to this question, in the colligative properties, osmotic pressure, he is asking us to calculate what is the formula for osmotic pressure. Pi is equal to CST, CST. Pi is equal to CST. Now substituting the values, let's substitute. So concentration, actually what is given, molecular mass is given, molecular weight is given, then the same protein but in 2 parts, 2 solutions he has given. In one solution it is 1 gram in 500 ml, and in second solution it is 2 grams in 1 liter. Both are same only, right? Concentration is also same only. So both of them we have to club that overall the protein is 3 grams in 1.5 liter. Understanding, na? So this is weight by molecular weight into 1 by V into, this is the concentration part, right? Then S into T we have to take. Now tell me what is the weight of the protein, both the solutions together, because the two solutions are mixed here, right now. So 1 and 2 together, it is a 3 grams divided by molecular mass is given 50,000, because these are all the biomolecules, right? So they will be having very high molecular mass. That is the reason why under the colligative properties, particularly by osmotic pressure, their molecular mass calculation is done, right? Then what is the volume? Volume is in liters if you take, because I am taking a S value also in a liter atmosphere. So in liters it is a 0.5 plus 1 liter. So 1.5 liter into S is already he has given, R is nothing but S for the solution. It is a 0.08. 0.08 into temperature is, where is given temperature? T is given as 300 Kelvin, right? So 300 Kelvin. Now if you calculate this part, 1.5 once, then twice, then 2 zeros here and 2 zeros here, you are getting it as, and 2 and this also can be calculated, it comes to 250, right? So numerator part it will be 0.08 into 3 divided by 0.08 into 3 divided by 250. So just calculate this part, whatever answer comes, that will be in atmosphere. But one thing, I think he is asking the question, if just to check it, if he is asking the osmotic pressure in atmosphere, you can keep it as it is, atmosphere. Suppose, let us assume, he is asking the osmotic pressure in bars or torr or any other unit, right? Then you have to check it. Suppose I want to get the answer in torr, let us assume. If I want to get the answer in a torr, then what should I do? Whatever this answer I will be getting, let us assume it is X into 760, because 1 atmosphere is 760 torr, right? So if you multiply it by 760, you will be getting the osmotic pressure in torr units, right? So very simple question, straight question only, just a calculation is a little time consuming. That is the reason why majority of the questions, for a large number of questions, you have to practice for the calculation part, right? How fast you can calculate in a very less amount of time period, right? Now coming to organic interconversion related question, but this question is also starting with a nitrogen containing compound. The same repetition repetition we have observed in the January session also. Among all the organic reactions, nitrogen containing compound organic reactions were given in large number. So you also, whoever students are giving in the upcoming sessions, right, all the reactions related to, linked to nitrogen, mandatorily you have to solve them, right? You have to prepare them. At least 2-3 questions are coming with the nitrogen containing compound. It may be a cyanide, it may be a nitro compound, it may be a diazonium salt, it may be an amine, anything it can be, but they are mainly focusing on aromatic nitrogen containing compounds. So understand this point. Now coming to this question, nitrobenzene, it is basically para-ethyl nitrobenzene. When this is treated with Br2 in presence of AlCl3, what is this reaction? Bromination reaction, and this is an ortho-para director, whereas this is an meta director, right? So when an ortho-para and meta directors are available during the electrophilic substitution reaction on benzene, for this Br plus electrophile, it is the ortho-para director who will decide at which position the incoming electrophile has to attack, right? So if it has to decide, as it is ortho-para director, but the para is already blocked, therefore it will be suggesting the reaction to happen at ortho position. So put the bromine atom at the ortho position. I am erasing this one so that I can write the answer, right? So this all I am erasing. So I will put the bromine atom here, right? So now from this compound, this is A. Now this compound is treated, this is over. So now this NO2 is reduced by Sn plus HCl. So NO2 on metal plus acid reduction, what it will happen? Nitro compound will be reduced to amine, right? So NO2 will be converted into NH2 amine, right? We got the aniline. Now after this one, this reagent, what is this one? This is already we have discussed also, diazotization reaction, that whatever NH2 is formed, that will be diazotized to N2Cl, right? So now this is a diazonium salt BDC on reaction with ethanol, right? So reaction of diazonium chloride with ethanol is a redox reaction where ethanol will be undergoing oxidation to acetaldehyde, right? So it will be converting into acetaldehyde. This is oxidation, right? So diazonium chloride should undergo reduction, right? So this reduction, whatever N2Cl is there, that will be converted into H, right? That means this group is gone at where? Option D, right? So what is this compound D? Compound D is nothing but HC2H5Br. Now this compound D is treated with KMnO4 in presence of basic medium, that is alkaline KMnO4 is a very strong oxidizing agent, and such a strong oxidizing agent, if any alkyl group is there, along with at least with one benzylic hydrogen, will be completely oxidized to benzoic acid. So this group will be gone, that you will be getting it as COOH. So finally to say, what is the compound A? Compound A is this one, C2H5Br and NO2. C2H5Br and NO2. This is a matching. This is not matching. This is also not matching. C2H5Br and NO2. This is also matching, right? So first compound, in two options, the first compound is there. Now let us decide compound where he is asking E. So right. So E is the compound. This compound with COOH you have to take. At para position nothing is there, because hydrogen is there means nothing is there, right? So COOH and Br, this is matching. Only COOH is there, not matching. OH is still coming, that is also not matching. And here Br came anyway to the meta position, that is also not correct. So altogether these two together are correct, that we can opt for option A, right? So little time taking, but still that is also doable if concepts are strong. Interconversion reagents, their functions are mandatorily to be by hearted. Then coming to next question, correct order of enthalpy of atomization. We can understand atomization is enthalpy of atomization. First of all, atomization is production of atoms. When a molecule is there, that molecule is having two or more atoms together, it should be broken down into individual atoms. That process is called atomization. For that process, whatever the bonds are present between the atoms should be broken. For that, whatever energy is required, that is called as enthalpy of atomization. The amount of energy required to break 1 mole of compound, 1 mole of molecules completely into atoms is atomization energy. And obviously, if the bond order is higher, then energy for atomization also will be higher, right? So N2 molecule is having bond order 3, O2 molecule is having bond order 1, chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine. Remaining all are having the bond order 1 only, right? So N2 with the highest bond order will be definitely requiring a highest enthalpy of atomization, and it is already given highest also. Then coming to O2 is the second highest in a bond order, therefore second highest in enthalpy of atomization, that is also known. Therefore these two first molecules whatever are there, there is no difference. Now what we should do here, solve here, or we should know the knowledge is about the enthalpy of atomization of halogen molecules, X2 molecules, right? So in the NCERT also this order is there, that whatever fluorine molecule is there, because of it may be shorter, but because of repulsions between the two fluorine atoms being very close, the bonds, the bond will be stretched so that the amount of energy required to break FF bond will be comparatively lesser than chlorine and bromine. Generally what we say, from top to bottom, F2 to Cl2 to Br2 to I2, enthalpy of atomization should decrease because atoms are becoming bigger. So bond length also becomes bigger. Therefore, bigger stick is easy to be broken. But this point will not match, will not be applicable in case of fluorine molecule. It's a bond energy will come to the point here between bromine to iodine. Little it will be higher than iodine, right now. So the enthalpy of atomization will come to Cl2 greater than Br2, greater than F2, greater than I2. This is the order. So where is this Cl2 Br2, Cl2 Cl2 Br2? So this is the answer. Option 4 is the correct answer. So for this question solving, little of theoretical knowledge is required. That is the reason why again and again we say NCERT is the first reference. So you have to read, complete it, and then only go to the next reference, right? So this is all from my side from the chemistry part. Now I welcome our Rahul Vidyarthi sir to discuss some more questions in the physics part. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'll be discussing few problems from JEE Main's questions over here. Okay, so you have already seen that the problems we were discussing or problems you have faced in JEE Main session 2, the evening session as well, the questions are easy. Most of the questions are basically formula based. We already know that. Let us go through them. A rod of length 3 meter. A rod of length 3 meter and mass 40 kg has same moment of inertia as that of a solid sphere. Find the radius of solid sphere. So over here, if I look at this diagram, the moment of inertia of the rod is being asked about the end. What is the moment of inertia? That is simply ml square by 3. And what about the solid sphere about its own center? That is equal to 2 by 5 m into r square. Correct? We need to equate these two in order to get the value of r. So what is the value of m? That is 40 kg into L square, that is 9 divided by 3 must be equal to 2 by 5 into mass of the sphere, that is m into r square over here. This will cancel out 2 times. 4 10 times over here, 3 times over here, so 30, that is r square equals 30, so r will be equals to root 30. That is third option over here. Next, a ball of mass 1 kg and charge 9 nanocoulomb is in equilibrium between two parallel plates. Find the potential difference between the plates. So over here, if I stuck a particle over there, we already know that these two plates are having a potential difference. That means over here there must be some charges present. Charge on this particle, the mg will be acting in downward direction, and there will be another force which is given by QE in upward direction, correct? When these two forces are equal, they will balance each other out. But the problem over here is E. How to calculate E? So first, let me calculate the value of E. After that, we'll go into the value of V. So QE equals mg. E will be given by mg divided by Q. That is equal to m 1 into 10 divided by 9 into 10 to the power minus 9. That is the value of E. E can also be written over here as V by dy. The electric field between the plates of the capacitor or these two plates is uniform. So we can express the electric field in terms of potential difference and D. So 10 divided by 9 into 10 to the power minus 9, which is given equal to V is equal to 10 into D, that is 12 centimeter. So 12 into 10 to the power minus 2 divided by 9 into 10 to the power minus 9. When you will solve all together, what you will get? 4 by 3 into 10 to the power 8 volts. This is the option 4. Next, the work function of a sodium metal. The work function of a sodium metal is 2.3 electron volt. if maximum kinetic energy of emitted photoelectron is this, then calculate the wavelength of incident photon in nanometer. First thing, this question we already know belongs to photoelectric effect, correct? Photoelectric effect, and basically from Einstein equation. Basically from Einstein equation. And if you remember the concept, this question is basically formula based. That means this question comes under the category easy. Now let us discuss this question over here. First let me discuss the kinetic energy maximum. So maximum kinetic energy over here is given as 2.8 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. If I want I can express this same value in terms of electron volt as well, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 electron volt, correct or not? So if you will divide, you will get, or let us keep it in this formula only. So over here, the value will come out to be in terms of work function is already given as 2.3 electron volt, which we can write as 2.3 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. This is the energy or work function. After that, we have the maximum kinetic energy equal to 2.8 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. And after these two, we already have the formula that incident energy of photon must be equal to work function plus maximum kinetic energy. So over here, this can be written as hc by lambda, which is equal to 5. What is the value of 5 over here? That is 2.3 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. And we need to add the value of 2.8 into 10 to the power minus 19. When we will add them, these two will result. From here we can calculate, and let me put the value of lambda as well for you. So if I'll place the value of lambda, h and c, h value is 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 into 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by lambda must be equal to 2.3 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 plus 2.8 into 10 to the power minus 19. From here, what you will obtain? Approximately 307 nanometer. The value of lambda you will obtain is approximately 307 nanometer. Next, in the situation shown, a small mass m is rotating along the cylinder with the speed omega and radius of the cylinder. Find the minimum value of friction coefficient between the inner surface of the cylinder and mass m so that it does not slip. It basically requires two concepts over here. First one is circular motion, and inside circular motion we are dealing with basic friction, correct? Since it is including two concepts at the same time, you have studied this as a topic called death well. But if you don't remember, still this question is in easier category. You have studied this as a formula in your chapters. So this is a direct easy category over here. Now, if this is rotating with an angular velocity omega, the force on these particle over here m into omega square into r, and this force will be balanced by another that is called normal reaction between the surfaces, correct? Since there is no movement over here, normal reaction must be equal to m omega square into r. There is another force in downward direction as mg. Now tell me, this mg over here will be balanced or not? Yes, it should be balanced for the particle to be at rest. So over here, who will balance this force? The friction. So over here, the requirement of friction is coming out to be mg, but what is the maximum availability? Maximum availability of friction is nothing but mu into normal, that is coming out to be mu into m into omega square into r. So over here, if I place these two values, we already know that F should be less than or equal to FL in order for this to exist. So over here, F, what is the value of F? Mg should be less than or equal to mu into m omega square into r. M and M will cancel out, so mu should be more than or equal to G divided by omega square into R. So mu should be more than or equal to G is 10, omega is 25 into 1 by 2. Sorry. This will come out to be 4 by 5, third option. Next, the intensity of sunlight collected from equiconvex lens of R equals 60 centimeter is observed to be maximum at a distance of 30 centimeter from lens, then refractive index of the material of the lens is. This question is a direct result, where if you remember, this question is being asked from, what do we call that? Lens maker's formula. Lens maker's formula, direct application of lens maker's formula, nothing else over here. So over here, what is this? Collected from equiconvex lens is observed to be maximum at a distance of 30 centimeter. So basically this 30 centimeter is nothing but focal length of the lens. Since it is focal length, we can easily use the formula 1 by f equals mu minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Since r1 and r2 are equal and opposite, it is a equiconvex lens, so mu minus 1 into 2 by r. Now we have all of the formulas over here. 1 by f, what is the value of f? 30. 1 by 30 equals mu minus 1 into 2 by 60 over here. So this will cancel out with this one. So mu minus 1 must be equal to 1. So mu over here will come out to be 2. What is the value of mu over here? 2. Next, in a DC circuit, a bulb of 200 volt and 100 watt is connected in series, is connected with two resistances and an ideal voltmeter as shown. Reading of the voltmeter is V volt, then V is. First thing, ideal voltmeter will not affect the internal circuit, correct? So voltmeter will just read the voltage, it won't interfere with the circuit. Now, we know the resistance, but this resistance is unknown. So first we will obtain that resistance. What is the value? R equals V square by P. So V is already given 200 into 200 divided by P is 100. This will cancel out, it is equal to 400. Now the two resistances are connected in parallel. This is 400, this is 400. So this will result into 200 ohm, correct or not? Now this 200 and this 200 are in series. So what will be the effective resultant between this 100 volt will be divided equally among these two. So what is the effective voltage which will be read by the voltmeter? That is equal to half of 100, that is 50 volt. How much it will read? 50 volt. Next, a point mass just starts approaching Earth from a large distance. What do you mean by large distance? Basically, it is at infinite distance. It is at infinite distance. Correct? In physics, we already know. Basically, it is the infinite distance. Speed of impact of point mass to the planet's surfaces. Think about this one question. If I throw a particle with minimum speed from the Earth's surface to the to escape the gravity or to escape the planet, what will be the speed? That is given as V equals under root 2 into G into M divided by R. Correct or not? So the same energy over here, since the total energy at infinity will be 0, but when it starts approaching, the energy at the surface will become half mv square minus gmm by r. So over here we will equate the same values. So velocity acquired by the particle will be equal to under root 2 into g into m, but this m over here is planet's mass, which is 4 times compared to Earth. Planet is how many times heavier? Okay, I think planet is 9 times heavier. Planet is 9 times heavier, so 9 gm divided by this will become 4r. 2 into g into 9m divided by 4r. So this over here will convert to 3 by 2 under root 2g into m divided by r. This over here is nothing but 11.2 kilometer per second. If you'll place the value 3 by 2 into 11.2 kilometer per second, you will get the answer as 17 kilometer per second, correct? Okay, everyone, I've gotten few questions for you. Now, after this, Jakir sir will take over for the next session. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you for this. This was a huge and very expressive solution we got for the remaining 7 questions. And let me tell you again, the physics what we saw up until now from all the faculties here, as they have explained this thing as well as possible, it is that it is all based on the formula. As long as you know the formula, things are gonna be easy for you. And of course, doing the formula means you have to write the short notes by your own hand. Do not rely the short notes by some chat gpt or ai or maybe on the internet, because they have written this thing, not you. So if you are writing those short notes, believe me, that would be much like 10 times beneficial than getting any sort of short notes on any platform. Okay, so soon enough we are going to see the analysis of the entire physics paper we have seen for this session, for this today's session in the second shift. So as we start, we can see first we like to pay attention to how much syllabus we got from the 11th and how much syllabus we got from the 12th class. So let's begin. So what we see here is we got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So out of 19 question, we got nearly half as 11th. It's actually 10, but let's consider to be nearly half. Now this feels like the same pattern we have seen in the January attempt as well, where starting chapter were like having same number of 11th and same number of 12th chapters. Now this one you have to pay attention. If they follow the same criteria, that means at the end of the sessions, if you are actually a student who is going to give the paper soon enough, just pay attention to 12th more than the 11th itself. Now other than that, once again just counting the 12th, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. See, nearly half. Now moving on to the next thing is individually talking about them, starting with the 11th one obviously. So 11th one we got here viscosity, surface tension, and let's see, is there any fluid mechanics here? Nope, we didn't see any fluid mechanics. So from the fluid itself, not directly from the fluid mechanics, not from the Bernoulli equation, not from the Pascal's law, they are coming from the fluid, but bit of a side thing you can call it, from the viscosity and surface tension, and they are coming from terminal velocity and surface energy. And again, they were based on literally the formula right there. Like for example, terminal velocity formula, we all know that is 2 by 9 into density into r squared g divided by eta. Same thing with the surface energy, which is T into area simply. So again, these are from the fluid mechanics. So this looks like the fluid, they are kind of like following the pattern that the fluid mechanics, thermodynamics, big chapters are important here. Now next thing we got in the 11th is unit dimension, which is a bit surprise to me because unit dimension is actually a tiny chapter, not big one. So we just wanna be be ready for this one. Next we have SHM, which is no surprise because wave are going to happen no matter what. Now kinematics is a surprising part because generally they don't ask simple question like V is equals to U plus AT, but it looks like they did right over here. Next is, like I said, thermodynamics is important because you can expect this chapter to be happen in physics and chemistry as well. Then we got here finally the rigid body mechanism. Now this one is of course important, there is no doubt about it. This is one of my favorite chapter, and I recommend this thing every single time. Even if I die, if you ask me in hell, I will be telling the same thing. Rigid body dynamics is the important one. Next here is going to be circular motion. and gravitation. Now gravitation you need to pay attention because this chapter is related to 12th chapter, which is this right here, electrostatics. So basically if you do one chapter, you are basically doing the both the chapter because they have the same potential formula, same field formula, except the constant terms have to be changed. Now speaking about 12th class, let's see what is kind of like important. Now one thing is clear from the pattern, that you are going to get the ray optics chapter a lot, or at least consider that one question is going to appear no matter what. I mean, if they follow the pattern, there will be more 12th questions in the upcoming session, as we have saw this pattern in the January and previous year as well. Then again they asked this semiconductor, this happened in the January attempt as well. They didn't ignore this thing, you should not be ignoring this one as well. Moving on, we got modern physics, magnetism. That is like fine thing because modern physics is always going to be top priority. It's an easy chapter at the end and kind of like having a weightage, so there is no doubt about it. Now this alternating current is a bit surprised because generally you don't get many questions because it being a small chapter here. Now moving on to the next thing, again we got atomic physics or modern physics, which feels like they are tilting towards the 12th chapter, the end 12 chapters here. Moving on to the last thing, ray optics, no surprise, this right here. Current electricity, they got a question from resistance, which seems to be easier one, which means we didn't expected this thing that it's going to happen. I mean, we were expecting that if the current electricity happened, then they will be asking the instrument, which they did actually in the previous like a January attempt, you can call it. But this one is like a wild card. We didn't expect it because it's an easy thing. I mean, who doesn't know this R is equals to rho L by A? But what we saw in the overall thing is physics paper is easy. Learn the formula, write the short notes by yourself, and boom, everything is gonna be fine in the physics. Get 15 to 20 questions done in the paper, avoid tough question, and just like that you will be having your 99 percentile right in your pocket. Now I would like to welcome our physics analysis is almost done. We are going to see the
Mathematics.
remaining thing for the mathematics here. So I would like to welcome our math expert here. He's going to explain the lengthy maths question in a much simpler way. I would like to welcome Math sir here.
So, hello everyone, my name is Amrendra Kumar and I am going to discuss mathematics questions. First question is from set relation. Set A is given, elements are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Consider relation R on A cross S such that XY related to AB imply that X divide A. This is the condition. Sorry. Condition is given X divide A and Y less than equal to B. These two conditions are given. So first you take Y less than or equal to B means Y less than B or Y equal to B. So this is second element is Y and here second element is B. For these two elements we need to select here any two element. A smaller one goes for Y and bigger one for B. So how to select two elements? From 5 CO2 and for equal, both are equal. So total 5 elements are there. So from here you will get how much? 15. Another condition is X divide A, means if you take X equal to 2, then A will become 2, 4, 6. So 3 possibility from here. if you take x equal to 3, then A is 3 and 6. If you take x equal to 4, then A will become 4 only. X equal to 5, then A equal to 5 only, and x equal to 6, A equal to 6. So how many possibility? 3 plus 2, 5 and 3, 8. So total from here total 8 and here 15. So 8 into 15 you will get 120. So second option is your correct. Now second question is, if AB is a chord of hyperbola xy equal to 12 whose midpoint is given, then the area of triangle ABO. So midpoint is given. What is the equation of chord? T equal to S1. How to write T? T is here xy1 plus x1y by 2 minus 12 is equal to S1 will become x1y1 minus 12. This will get cancelled. Now put the value of x1 y1. This will become 1 by 2 times y1 is minus 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2x plus 1 by 2y is equal to minus 1 by 4. Now take common 1 by 2. You will get y minus x equal to minus 1. So x minus y equal to 1. From here you will get, now put here anyone you can find from x equal to 1 plus y and put this value in this equation. You will get y plus 1 into y is equal to 12. Now multiply y square plus y equal to 12, y square plus y minus 12 equal to 0. So if you solve this quadratic, you will get y, value of y are minus 4 and 3. Then value of x will become what? If value of y is minus 4, put here, then x will become minus 3. And if you put value of y is 3, then x will become 4. So your value coordinates will become, suppose A is minus 3, minus 4, B is 4, 3 and O is given origin. So for this coordinate, what is area of triangle? 1 by 2 times determinant 0, 0, 1, 4, 3, 1 and minus 3, minus 4, 1. So what you will get from here? You will get 1 by 2 times 16 minus 16 plus 9. You will get minus 7 by only minus 7. Sorry. So your answer is 7 by 2. Now next question from vector. Vector A is given, B is given and C is also given. So you need to calculate first vector C, then find magnitude of C. So this is little bit lengthy question. First calculate C. Vector C is equal to lambda times vector A is given minus I 2j plus k plus mu times I plus j minus 3k. Okay, so C will become mu minus lambda times I 2 lambda plus mu times j and lambda minus 3 mu times k. This is your vector C. Now you have to take dot product of C with this vector. You will get 10. So if you take dot product, you will get 3 times mu minus lambda minus 6 times 2 lambda plus mu and plus 3 times lambda minus 3 mu is equal to 10. Now calculate this. You will get 3 mu minus 3 lambda, 12 lambda minus 6 mu, 3 lambda minus 9 mu is equal to 10. From here you will get, this will get cancelled, and minus 12 lambda and 3 mu minus 6 mu minus 9 mu minus 12 mu minus 12 lambda is equal to 10. So from here you will get lambda plus mu is equal to minus 5 by 6. This is your first. Now second, simplify. From second you will get mu minus lambda times 1 plus 2 lambda plus mu, here also coefficient 1, and third lambda minus 3 mu times 1 is equal to minus 2. Now simplify this one, you will get 2 mu minus 3 mu minus mu plus 2 lambda 3 lambda minus lambda 2 lambda is equal to minus 2. So from here you will get mu plus lambda is equal to minus 5 by 6. If you solve these two, you will get lambda, 3 lambda is equal to, if you add, how much? Minus 17 by 6. So lambda is minus 17 by 18 and mu will become 4 by 18. So this is your lambda and mu. Now put here value lambda and mu and then take modulus. You will get your answer second. So this is very lengthy question. Next, a variable circle with diameter AB where A, coordinate of A is given, touching the circle x square y square 36 internally. The locus of the center of variable circle is a conic whose eccentricity is E. So circle is given whose center is origin and radius is 6. So this is your center O, and one point A is given. So suppose another circle which touches this one is like this, passing through here 3, 0. Other point is here B and this is A. Now this is your center HK of variable circle. So here suppose this point is A, B, P, suppose this is C. OP plus PC is equal to how much? OP plus PC is equal to radius of bigger circle which is 6. OP is how much? Under root h square plus k square, and PC is radius of a smaller circle which is equal to PA. PC is equal to PA is equal to 6. So under root h square plus k square, PA will become h minus 3 whole square plus k square is equal to 6. Now this one is formed like PS dash is equal to 2A, this type of form. So 2A is equal to how much? 6. So A you will get from here, A is 3. Now S and S dash are focus. Here S is 0, fixed point is origin, and from here, for here fixed point is 3, 0. So your S will become 0, 0 and S dash is 3, 0. So S dash 2AE, which is equal to how much? 3, equal to 2AE. A is given, A is 3. You will get E is equal to how much? 1 by 2. So you need to find 72 E square. So 72 is A square, you will get 80. Next, fx is given function, you need to check number of point of discontinuity in the interval 2 comma 4. So first of all, try to draw the graph of this function. Turning point is 1 by 2. Turning point is 1 by 2 comma, what will become? Minus d by 4a, 1 minus of 1 plus 2 by 4. So this is your turning point, which will become how much? 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 4, 3 by 4. Sorry. 1 by 2 minus 3 by 4 means fourth quadrant. So you can draw your graph like this is your graph, this is your 1 by 2 and minus 3 by 4. Now you need to take the interval 2 comma 4 given, suppose 2 is here. If you put 2, what you will get? Put here 2. If you put 2, you will get how much? 4 minus 2 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 2 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 3 by 2. So this point is 3 by 2. And if you put here last point 4, you will get 16 minus 4 minus 1 by 2 will become how much? 12 minus 1 by 2, which is 23 by 2, means 11.5, and this is 1.5. So between 1.5 to 11.5, this function is discontinuous at every integer. So how many integer possible? So 2, 3 up to 11. So how many integer? 10. So your answer is 10 for this question. Next. Next, from complex number. If complex number Z1, Z2 such that mod Z1 is 17 and Z2 conjugate minus 3 minus 4i equal to 5 given, then you have to find maximum value of mod of Z1 plus Z2. So mod Z1 is 17, means circle, which center is origin and radius is 17. And second is Z2 conjugate is given. So how to simplify this one? Take conjugate both sides, you will get Z2 minus 3 plus 4i equal to 5. So from here center will become 3 minus 4, means if this is origin, so 3 minus 4 this side. So your circle passes through center and like this. Second circle like this. Now you have to find maximum value of Z1 plus Z2. So how to find? If you draw line through center, joining center, so this length maximum, this is your Z1, this is your Z1 and this is Z2. So maximum value of Z2 lie here. So this total length will become maximum. So how much length? This length is 17 and this length is 10. So total length is 27. Second option correct for this question. Next is, if P is given tan square theta not equal to 1, 2 times cos square theta minus sin square theta into sec 2 theta equal to a square. So 2 times this will become cos 4 theta sin 4 theta into cos 4 theta plus sin 4 theta is equal to, into sec 2 theta equal to a square. Now this will become how much? Again apply a square b square. So cos 2 theta into 1 into this one will become 1 minus 2 sin square theta into cos square theta into sec 2 theta is equal to a square. This will get cancelled. 1 cos 2 theta into sec 2 theta. Now 2 times 1 minus multiply and divide by 2. This will become sin square 2 theta is equal to a square. Now multiply this 2, you will get 2 minus sin square theta is equal to a square. Now a is given integer, so if you put a is equal to 0, you will get sin square theta 2, which is not possible. If you put a equal to 1, so you will get sin square theta 2 theta is equal to 1, and this is possible. So 2 theta will become n pi plus pi by 2. So theta is equal to how much? N pi by 2 plus pi by 4. And for this theta, if you put this theta in 10, you will get always 1, but here given not equal to 1, that means number of element in this set is 0. So question is completed. Now I am calling to Vijay sir for
Thank you,
analysis.
sir. And now we just finish the analysis part of the mathematics, then we continue the remaining portion of the chemistry and physics. Okay, so total approx 18 questions we discussed in maths, and out of those 60% problem came from the 12th and the remaining were from the 11th. So it means approx ratio is generally is like more problem comes from the 12th portion and the less problem comes from the 11th portion. Okay, now coming to this one, first we can see that how many problem came from the 12th. One out of, just a second. Okay, how many problem out of these 18, how many problem came from the 12th? Those are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Approx 10 problems we discussed from the 12th portion and remaining 8 problem from the 11th portion. It means more weightages of the 12th. And now we talk about the difficulty level. Then also you can see clearly here we define that what, from which chapter we got the easy, from which we got the medium, and from which we got the difficult. Obviously there are still few remaining 7 questions, but if we take the average part, then it looks like from the approx 40 to 45 or 50% problems are easier only, or you can say that 40% problems are easier and the 40% problems are the medium, those are moderate doable, and remaining 20% problem or hardly always it looks like 3 to 4 questions will be difficult for a student, okay, when they solve. Now if we talk about the whatever questions we discuss about those in sequence series we just got 2 questions, both were easier. One is the from the like miscellaneous where we need to use the sigma n square sigma n cube formula, and other also we got from the sequence series, that is from the APGP. They just give 2 sequence, they give both first term is 1 and 1 term of GP, sum of 1 term of GP, 1 term of AP, they give 2 equation they give, and that was easier problem. Okay, now coming to next from the limit, we got here you can see in limit we got this is the one question. That question is like fx is given and some point of extrema is given, but that was medium only. But that question is matched from the PYQ also. These type of the question came in both mains and advanced already in PYQ. Now coming to next binomial theorem. Binomial theorem we see the one question and that was completely easy only. That was based on the properties of binomial coefficient. From the PNC we saw one question that was very easy. That is just simply based on the number of triangle formed by the vertices of the polygon. Okay, that was easier only. Now coming to next, definite integration, we just got the integration of sin x power 4 plus cos x power 4, limit is given as 0 to 20 pi. That was easier, all student can do. Now coming to next, matrix, in matrix we got a medium, that was not the easy. And indefinite integration, just they give the linear by quadratic, integration of linear by quadratic, that was also doable, generally student can get the marks. Now in statistics we get same type of the PYQ type of the problem, which when you solve the last 4-5 year PYQ there will be many questions you will see. There they give the mean and sigma xi square, mean and variance they give, and you need the value of sigma xi square, there was the relation need to be used. Matrices and determinant, one question came based on the sequence system of equation, and one more question we got from the matrices and determinant, that is here product of matrix. So we got total 2 questions from the matrices and determinant today. In vector 3D again we got a question based on the straight line that were easy only, and that same question we got in morning shift also. It means that was just copy paste. Now relation and function, we got a question based on the relation, just number of element you need to count, but that was difficult. From conic section, one question from the hyperbola we got. From vector 3D we got the question based on coplanar, that was easier. There were the 2 unknown which we need to find. Okay, then coming from the conic section, one question came from the ellipse, that were medium, or you can say that difficult. From LCD we got a question based on continuity, where we need to find the total number of point of discontinuity, and there was the question based on the greatest integer function. Greatest integer of some polynomial is given and we need to find the total number of point of discontinuity. From complex number we got a problem which is based on geometrical properties, and from trigonometry again we got a simple problem that is just based on the formulas of trigonometry. Now I welcome sir to join us.
Hello. Okay. Yeah. Continuation of chemistry. The work function of sodium metal is 2.3 electron volts. Maximum kinetic energy. Yes. The work function of sodium metal is 2.3 electron volts. Maximum kinetic energy is energy of emitted photoelectron is dash joules. Then calculate wavelength. This is from structure of atom, atomic structure, photoelectric effect. Then this is supplied energy equals to work function plus kinetic energy. Here they gave work function is given as 2.3 electron volts, 2.3, but here it is data in joules, it is asked in meter, nanometer, it is in electron volts, converts into total joules. 2.3 electron volts, 2.3 into 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 joules plus kinetic energy is given as 2.8 into 10 power minus 19 joules, right? 10 power minus 19 joules. Energy is Hc by lambda. So H is 6.626 into 10 power minus 34 into C value 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second divided by lambda. Upon solving, lambda will be in meter, converts into nanometer. Yes, it may be take some more time, but you will get the answer easily. Now here it will be the meter, then converts into nanometer. Next one. Given below are two statements about ionization potential energy of boron family.
So what is the correct order of ionization potential of boron family? Boron, thallium, gallium, aluminum, indium. This is the correct order of ionization potential, right? But they gave here first IP, gallium greater than thallium given, so it is wrong. Next to second IP, first IP and second IP almost follow same trend. Here also they gave wrong here, both are incorrect. Both are incorrect. Next one, how many of the following are paramagnetic? This is from D and F block elements. Here we know very good logic will be there for this. Only first and 7th and 14th elements only possess D1 configuration, right? Remaining all are regular. Here, if you see this gadolinium having unpaired electrons, next to manganese plus 2 and scandium plus 3 not, titanium plus 4 not, copper plus 2. Copper plus 2 is 3D 9 configuration, manganese plus 2 3D 5 configuration, right? Similarly, if you write configuration for this, it is having unpaired electrons, right? Now, so these three only having unpaired electrons. These are paramagnetic in nature. Okay. So how many of the following? 3. Next one. Negative charge is stabilized by minus M effect of NO2 group. Here, this is the carbon ion. Next here, positive charge is stabilized by plus M effect of OCH3. So it is carbocation. Stability of carbon ion directly proportional to electron withdrawing group, right? Carbocation is directly proportional to electron donating groups. Here NO2 is minus M group. So carbon ion negative charge stabilized by minus M. This is correct. Next, if we come to second statement, positive charge is stabilized by plus M of OCH3, right? Here OCH3, it contains lone pair, it is in conjugation, it is plus M, so it is also correct. Both statements are correct. Both 1 and 2 are correct statements. Next, consider the following reaction. This is from aromatic compounds. One of the aromatic compound, upon aromatization gives toluene. Toluene is the product obtained. So toluene is the product, means upon aromatization it must contain 7 carbons, right? Next to X upon AlCl3 and HCl, it is isomerization. It is giving 3-methyl hexane. So it is hexane, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 3-methyl hexane. This is also containing 7 carbon. So the both containing 7 carbon. So option X must be heptane. Next, consider the reaction AX gives BY, rate constant is given. This is from chemical kinetics, and here answer is in this single unit. Like these questions given in the JEE earlier also. Units of K most important. What is the meaning of this molarity power minus 1? Mole power 1 minus n, later power n minus 1, second power minus 1 is the unit of rate constant for nth order reaction. So from this n value is 2, then only this unit will be satisfied. So for this reaction, order is 2, order equal to 2. Now T of is independent of initial concentration, wrong. For second order, T of is not independent of initial concentration. T of is equal to 1 by K into 1 by A for second order. So it is incorrect. Dissociation of N2O5, no, it is also not, because N2O5 follows first order kinetics. Next, concentration of X becomes 4 times, rate of reaction becomes 16 times, right? So R1, R2 by R1 equal to K into concentration of X is 4X and it is X, for example, right? Then it is, for example, what they give here, second order, it is 2, R2 will be upon solving 16 times of R1. So it is correct. When concentration of X becomes 4 times, rate increases by 16 times. So it is the correct answer. Next one, the correct order of reactivity of SN1. SN1 solvolysis is rate of SN1 is directly proportional to stability of carbocation, right? So if you see this here, this is a 3 degree and 2 phenyl ring and 1 benzene methyl, right? Carbon, methyl and 2 phenyl rings and bromide, right? Next, it is C6H5CH2Br, PH, CH2Br. Next, CH, PH, PH and Br here, right? Now check it which is more stable. If it lost 3 degree carbocation, it is first. Next, it is 2 phenyl rings, second, it is 1 phenyl ring, third. So where it is, check the option here, twice here, this one, right? This is only. Next one, correct order of boiling points of silicon, germanium, tin, lead. So 14th group, it is direct question from NCERT. Yes. So silicon, germanium, tin, lead. This is the order of boiling points down the group. Boiling point decreases. Right? Yeah. These are the questions, students. Analysis will be done by MVK sir. Hello sir.
Thank you, sir. So let's see the final part of this test paper discussion of 2nd April evening shift, right? So let's see whatever the questions we have selected, we have collected from the different students, resonant students, and let us analyze from which chapters, which topics, and what is the level of the question paper, questions and weightage of 11th and 12th, etc. So this is the analysis part. This analysis, there are around, the questions we have got is 21 questions to say, and from these 21 questions, right, I am taking it here, from the 21 questions, from 11th how many questions are there, and from 12th how many questions are there. With this we will get some little idea how to focus, where to focus more time, right. So coming to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 questions are there of 12th standard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 questions are there of 11th standard. And also children, remember this part very clearly. 11th standard concepts are very important, but weightage wise, number of questions wise, it will be lesser only. It will be at around always 40 to 45%. That means the 12th portion, chemistry 12th portion will be 50 to 55%, right? 55 to 60%, 40 to 45%, 55 to 60% will be there. So accordingly, you have to rebalance the time between 11th and 12th chapters, right? So that is the first point. Then if you see the level also, this is all not according to the faculty side, it is in the perspective, in the view of student, that too a average properly regularly preparing student, how he will feel accordingly we have made. We took consider the length of the question, the time taken, number of steps, calculation intensity, the exceptional points, different factors all taken together, and we have made this analysis. And if you feel like any question I have made easy but you are feeling it as moderate or difficult, on an average it indicates that the preparation is deficient, preparation is deficient, right? So understand this part and plan your preparation accordingly. So if you see here, the first question is an interlinked question that they have given some ether that it should be hydrolyzed, so that you will be getting an enol which will tautomerize to a carbonyl compound. That is why it is mentioned here, carbonyl compound also. So hydrolysis of ether was the question here, right? So 12th standard. Then coming to coordination, this spelling is wrong here. Coordination compounds, already we have seen in multiple questions, right? In multiple shifts papers, we have seen there is no question paper without coordination compounds. Not only satisfied with one question, multiple questions. This is the only chapter, very confidently I can say, you will be getting 2 or 3 questions, that too an easy chapter, right? 2 or 3 questions is of high weightage. Then coming to ionic equilibrium, as usual one question will come. It came on this side, it came this time, it came on a buffer solutions. Then again carbonyl compound, a Cannizzaro reaction, named organic reaction, very important reaction, exclusively, intensively we have discussed this reaction, right? So then chemical kinetics, first order kinetic, different statements were given and we had to analyze all the 4 statements and do the, and it will take time also, right? Because of all the 4 options we had to work out. Then GOC, quantitative analysis, percentage of carbon, percentage of hydrogen, then oxygen, and then molar mass, molecular formula, like that calculation was there. It was comfortable only to be done. Then periodic properties and nature of oxide, this was some tricky based on memory based question of whatever we have discussed. It is not sure that it may be the same question, original question, because memory based question sometimes will be completely different from the original question. So for this type of questions we have to wait for the official questions coming from the NTA, right? So then practical inorganic chemistry, borax bead test, morning shift also the question has come from alkaline earth metals, barium, apple green color in the flame test, right? So this time it has come borax bead test, right? Then the mole concept, concentration terms, very comfortably you can do. Nitrogen containing compounds and aromatic compound, this is also nitrogen containing compounds. 2 question, one more is there, aromatic compound. All these compounds are related to nitrogen containing aromatic compounds. At the starting of the paper discussion itself, I have told you, in the entire organic chemistry reactions related concepts, you need to focus on nitrogen containing aromatic compounds. It may be aniline, it may be nitrobenzene, it may be benzene diazonium chloride, anyone, but questions definitely will be asked 2 to 3 questions, right? Another source of marks, right? So then coming to chemical bonding, VSCPR theory, very simple question. Some molecules were given and their shapes have to be compared, matched, right? So P block elements, general trends, and remember here, whatever the inorganic chemistry, the 2 questions are there, 3 questions are actually P block, here also P block. So these are the 3 questions based on the general properties, whichever are straight directly given in NCERT textbook. So don't neglect this one. We are preparing very complex big chapters like kinetics, electro, GOC, etc. But we are just leaving them the physical properties of boron, carbon, halogen, oxygen families, etc. Right now, so don't do this mistake. 3 questions came this side, that it will be giving more than 10-12 marks, right? Another question from GOC part, then D and F block also. Already I told you, coordination compounds plus D and F block together is one set, right? So when you are preparing for coordination compounds, must and should, you should parallelly complete D and F block also, right? Don't separate them, because interlinking is more. 80% chapter is interlinking only. So don't do individually. Then again one more question from chemical kinetics, rate constant and order of reaction. 4 statements were given. Haloalkanes, haloarenes, SN1 order of reaction towards SN1 reaction, that is directly proportional to stability of carbocation. So accordingly the question was asked. So this is what all with the memory based questions we have collected, whatever we are discussing with you, and with this we will close this April 2nd evening shift test paper live analysis, right? So stay tuned with this Resonance e-learning programs channel and also Instagram page, so that you will be getting all the types of updates, shortcuts, tricks, solutions for different types of concepts, right? So those students who are targeting for JEE Main, JEE Advanced, BITS, IIT, NEST and NEET examinations, this channel will help you a lot going forward. Different types of concepts will be uploaded so that you will be getting an advantage over the other students. Thank you. All the best.